Salutations, my fellow dandies! It's me, Jack Dandy, and we are back once again for the, I think, 102nd time in Final Fantasy XIV. I know that because I number the VODs, and I kind of forgot that we hit 100 like 2 streams ago. Yes! We are back in Final Fantasy XIV. Salutations to your retrospective. That is a lot of 14. It's a big game. It goes a lot quicker if you don't read out every line of dialogue in a funny voice. You probably could get through it a lot quicker if you didn't do that, but I do that, so it takes me a very long time. So yeah, we're back. We're going to be playing some Endwalker, continuing the post-Endwalker DLC. MSQ. We've... I know it was an acronym. I guess it is DLC because it's all DLC. It's all downloadable. I don't think you can get a I guess there is a physical version. You can get a statue. Anyway, we're going to do that. We've gone to the shard, the 13th shard, and we've entered the void. So we're going to be dicking about in there. However, currently there is a Make It Rain event on that ends on Friday, and I haven't done it yet. So I thought I'd just do that real quick. And I have to talk to this loser. This really tall guy. I don't know why I don't like him, but he's a very tall man. And we get to dress up as a Kappa. So that's fun. So let's do that, and then we'll crack on with the void. I'm sure my friends, the Scions in the void, are just like, well, Dandy's just pissed off. I'm sure he'll be back in a minute. The eclectic attire, that distinct scent of the unknown. You, my good stranger, must be an adventurer. You have found yourself in the company of Quavain. Quavain? Quvain? We'll go with Quvain. You have found yourself in the company of Quvain, journalist for the Favnerian Truth. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. As you are aware of the festivities currently underway at the Gold Saucer, they currently guarantee a generous MGP bonus for those who participate. But I have reason to believe that there is more to this celebration than meets the eye. Oh, that means the 50% bonus on MGP's going away on Friday too. No. Just in time for the lottery tickets to come out. As a writer for the premier publication on unexplained and otherworldly phenomena, I was drawn not to the promise of copious cat pots, but to the rumours of enigmatic water imps that have suddenly proliferated amongst the Source's patrons. We, the Favnerian Truth, have been looking to expand our investigations across the star, and this supernatural scoop presents us with the ideal opportunity. Why have the imps made themselves known now? Oh, so I'm just distracted by that guy's minion. Who is that dude? Is that the... Oh, that's the I know that guy. That's he's from Stormblood. Why have the imps made themselves known now? What do they intend to accomplish? I must cover this groundbreaking story with all due haste, but I cannot hope to answer all these questions alone. Tell me, adventurer, would you aid me in my pursuit of truth? Excellent. I guess I nodded, I didn't say that. Then let us reconvene at the Gold Source's entrance square. Bye. Sure, I don't come to Uldar very often, but Uldar's like street music, which is what I was listening to at the on the intro thing. I really like it. It's really triumphant. Da 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 da. Tingles. Ravana, that's it. Rejoice in the glory of combat. Yes. The guy that the turtles summoned. I remember him because he had 4 arms and 4 forearms. Ants. Oh yeah, no, the turtles summoned weapons, didn't they? They summoned like living weapons. Ravana was that's Susanoo. You're right. You're absolutely right. Ravana was the yeah, I guess they are ants, like the bug people. Were they Stormblood or were they Heavenswood? They were Heavenswood. I didn't get the expansion right, dang. Cool. I think I have a water imp minion. Maybe I can summon the appropriate. Do I have a water imp? Oh, I don't have a water imp. I thought I did. I don't have a Kappa. What the hell? Well, the frog. Close enough. It's green. It's wet. Yeah, the ants were Heaven's Word and Turtles was Shadowbringers. Yeah, I remember that much. But yeah, I got the dude wrong. I do remember him though. I just, yeah. Similar guys. And the big giant sword tanking moment. Yes, that was really, really cool. I had to have explained to me afterwards what happened, but I remember it being really cool. Ah, you've arrived. Notice anything out of the ordinary? I mean, I know the implication here is that there's someone dressed up like a Kappa, and that's supposed to be out of the ordinary, but the Gold Sorcerer is always full of freaks. Like, just 100% of the time. So, this isn't really out of the ordinary. Squee-hee-hee! What did you just say to me? I believe it said squee-hee-hee. Pay attention. Some manner of greeting, I presume, though its cries are convincing, that impish form appears to be naught more than a well-crafted guise. On it goes. We have found the source of the rumours, but saucer imps unmasked, just normal men and women in costume. That sounds more to me like a waste of good ink. It's unacceptable, worthless, unfit for consumption. It's not even clickbait. Gods, I grow drowsy just thinking about writing such a thing. Our readership would be appalled. I guess you can't have clickbait in a newspaper. Fortunately, there is another curious lead that I wish to pursue. In doing so, we may frame our story around the current festivities, then recount the role of the imps within them. Yes, that might suffice. You see, as I awaited your arrival, I questioned the attendant at the front desk as to the imp's origin. Strangely enough, I was told that only a select few staff members were present in the planning stages of this affair, and fewer still know who proposed the initial idea. I mean, I imagine it's Godbert, it's always Godbert. I was, however, informed that the staff member on the floor, the man attending to an imp, may have the information we seek. If we split up and search the saucer, we are bound to find him. I shall leave Wonder Square to you. Let us reconvene here when our rounds are complete. Oh, I did all my gambling earlier. Otherwise I could get some gambling in. Who do I need to speak to? Ooh, there's an open triple triad tournament. No, focus, Dandy. This is no time for cards. Thingamajig. I need to do some of that as well because yes, they've got with the MGP bonus and the Moogle Treasure Trove, you can kill two birds with one stone playing some of the Gold Saucer games. No, that's just the dude for this. Oh, there he is. Well met, my good man. My companion and I are delighted to make your acquaintance. He cannot speak like you and I, but I assure you he is oh so fond of making new friends on this joyous impish occasion. What is the occasion, you ask? Why, the March of the Imps, of course. Just a fresh new take on our annual celebration here at the Gold Saucer, as suggested by one of our staff. When we first received word of it, we were rather baffled by the concept. It seems to have left a positive impression on our guests. To present our patrons with the most engaging experience possible, we've outfitted our attendants with impish attire. These costume imps are free to frolic the saucer and bring joy to those they meet, with an adorable squee or a cap-pa-pa. Why imps, one might ask? And they would have good reason to do so. Alas, I myself was never told the exact reason. If you're keen to learn more of the march, I know just the imp who can assist you. He's the one who coined the idea for it, after all, and I saw on the second floor of the Mandeville Lounge. He may still be there if you hurry. If you should speak to you in the impish tongue, you needn't fret. He's particularly unique, even among his brethren, and he makes his intentions quite clear to those not versed in imp speak. I mean, it's just going to be Godbert. It's always Godbert. Oh, he's up there. Where's the water thing? It's at the second floor of Mandeville Square. Well, that's where I am. Oh. Yeah, I mean, look, it's just Godbert. Squee. Kappa! Kappa-pa! Though you feel that there's been some grave misunderstanding, the opposing imp suddenly trusts you with a set of impish attire. His piercing gaze reaches into the very depths of your soul, and you somehow come to understand what he is trying to tell you. Go forth, my stalwart apprentice. You have a sinking feeling the imp will not provide you with the information you require until you've completed his task. It is now your solemn duty to don the impish attire and entertain the patrons in Event Square. You must continue wearing this costume in order to progress. Speak with the imposing imp to restore or prolong the garment change. Oh, hell yeah. It's Kappa time! What am I doing? Speak with patrons while dressed as an imp. I kind of wish I'd done this quest like the day it went up, because I think it would just be really funny to see a lot of people running around with the imp costume on. Assuming you can actually see people with their costume in this quest. Oh yeah, you definitely can. 100%. Wow, one of those new mascots. You must know all about the prizes here, right? I saved a lot of MTP, but I'm not sure what to exchange it for. Kappa! Yeah, aren't you cute? Oh, I can take you home with me. Oh, I know, they have little imps that look just like you at the price counter. Daddy, I want a water imp. Let's go get one, please. Pretty please. I don't know how... I mean, they must make a lot of money on, like, drinks and sweets, because I don't know how, you know, the gold saucer makes any money otherwise. Just need to go upstairs. Let's do that while I'm at the staircase. Like, every single attraction in the Gold Saucer gives you more Gold Saucer money. So the only thing I can think of is it's like the cinema, where the ticket's just to get you in the building, and then after that they make all their real money on popcorn and soda. Oh, hello there. You must be that new mascot that's been marching about. Some manner of imp, was it? I like your hat, head thing. It's a plate. Kappa-pa! How precious. I was a bit afraid to chat with you at first, but you're much friendlier than I imagined. First, why can't I say this word? First, Senor Sabotender, and now you. Ah, would that I never had to leave the saucer. I could spend the rest of my day surrounded by adorable creatures like you. I can't remember how to pronounce this friggin' word. Signor. Just yeah. Couldn't form the word of the sounds in my head. Judging by the eccentric guitar, I'm going to assume you work here. Tell me, which of these attractions aren't stacked against me? I've lost nearly all of my MGP today, and I need to find a way to earn it back somehow. How? How have you possibly lost money on anything? Allow me to assist you. Bloody hell, I wasn't expecting you to talk. Never mind the question. Actually, I need a moment to recover from that. Picture appears to be displeased with your response. Perhaps you should try a different approach. Okay, hang on. I thought he'd be angry if I just went kappa at him. What, is that your way of consoling me? Oh, if I need to put you from an oversized frog. Still, I appreciate the sentiment. Luck may not be on my side, but it's nice to know that someone else is. Hooray! I have brought impish joy with my impish antics. You can tell from the tone of my voice that I am thrilled. Oh, I can't. Alright, well, how do I get back? It was up on the second floor, but not of this building. I don't know if you can cross across over on the top side. Considering how much time I spend in Gold Saucer, I don't know it very well. In my defense, I normally just go to the mini cactpot, which is at the desk. And then I go to the main cactpot board, which has its own fast travel next to it. And then I go to the dude where you present yourself to get my 10G every week. Which I've been missing, because I used to stream this on a Friday. I used to be able to, I used to just do all that before I'd stream or after I streamed or while I was streaming sometimes. But now I do it on a Wednesday. He doesn't do the judging on a Wednesday, so I keep forgetting to do it. I need that money to buy triple triad cards. Ka-pa-pa! The imposing imp appears downcast if he was expecting someone else. Perhaps it would be best to remove your impish attire. Ka-pa! Kappa. In the ephemeral moments that the imposing imp's gaze met with yours, you are overcome with a mysterious sense of obligation and realize what he's trying to tell you. Let us continue our discussion at Entrance Square. One of the times they did like a murder mystery thing. I think a couple of years back they had a murder mystery. That was quite fun. Since, they've not been as good. Oh, there you are. Loath as I am to admit it, my search for the one behind this event has yielded little success. Regardless of my results, it's plain to see that the imps are well loved by all. But I can't write an article on that fact alone. How did you fare, my honorary assistant? Well, I met Godbert wearing an imp mask. And he made me work for a few minutes. Oh, here he is. Oh, 'tis a pleasure as always to see you at the Saucer, Jack. The Godbert Mandeville? Never did I think I'd meet such a member of the Syndicate face to face. Surely you, of all people, must know who proposed the idea for this event. Your generous deeds this day have not gone unnoticed, so I believe an explanation is in order. It was I who proposed the idea for these festivities, as a matter of fact. Why do I look shocked? It's always Godbert. Perhaps you're already aware, but we employ a void scent known as the Typhon here at the Gold Saucer. Summoned into this world by the Thaumaturge's Guild, he is a diligent soul who utilizes his formidable fun guards to our patrons' benefit. It was not long after I hired Master Typhon that I became acquainted with a high-ranking member of the guild. Through him, I learned of a curious spell from ages past, known only as Imp. True to its name, the spell transformed the target into the very beings you have espied marching about the saucer. Master Ultros is proficient in the very same spell. Mayhap you fell victim to it during your encounter atop the dragon's neck. He often refers to imps as his buddies and pals, in fact. I found myself quite enamored with these adorable creatures, and sought to answer the questions that yet lingered in my mind. Where did the imps come from, and how did their spell fall into the hands of man? I poured through what few resources were available on the subject, yet I could not find a definitive answer. Heartbreaking though it was, I was left with no choice but to leave the creature's lineage shrouded in mystery. Why don't you just ask Ultros? Like, I've met Ultros, he seems like a really bored guy. I'm sure he'd be happy to have the company. Nevertheless, I could not allow their history to fade into obscurity. When it came time to decide the theme of our annual festivities, I crafted the impish attire based on my findings, and proposed a celebration in their honor. You utilize these costumes not only to entertain, but to educate others as well. And with that, the full story is laid bare. Indeed, though I know not if such a conclusion will prove ideal for the Thavnerian truth. I feel a story coming on. Myth made manifest of the gold saucer. Thaumaturgical... That doesn't sound right. Thaumaturge? Thaumaturge? Oh, whatever. Thaumaturgical history reveals Imp's mystery. Ha ha ha, yes! This is the scoop I seek. It is as Master Mandeville says. Much about these imps remains an enigma, but they have brought countless smiles to the gold saucer. Readers shall doubtless want to learn of their existence, as well as the events that brought these few facts to the fore. Such passion and drive to shed light upon the unknown is a fascinating tale, one that I shall do my utmost to depict. Ho ho ho! That's the spirit, lad. 'Twould be an honor to see our imps grace your publication's pages. I shall look forward to reading your account of it in the coming days. This young man's story will doubtless bring all the more attention to the March of the Imps, so I've expressed my thanks in the spirit of the celebration, with a set of impish attire, of course. You got it right, it is thaumaturgical. Yeah. Now I feel like I'm saying it differently to how I said it the first time. You have my deepest gratitude as well, Adventure. Inspiration caused I must a way to make these ideas a reality, but your contributions were vital to this discovery. You are more than deserving of reward. Job well done, my friend. The festivities shall be underway for some time yet, so I hope you will not squander the opportunity to enjoy this moment of respite, and march with our fellow imps. I kind of got some stuff to do in a different dimension, but, whatever. There, Godbert. I got a quest with your son coming up later, so I'll probably see you soon. Mission Impossible. Ah, we got a lot of Mission Impossible stuff this week. So I could... I could glamour my chess piece to be the imp costume for the rest of the day. It's certainly a look, isn't it? Maybe I'll do one quest with the imp costume on, just for the shits and giggles, and then I'll glamour myself back. Right, how do I get... How do I get back here? But nickel for every Mission Impossible reference on stream this week, but I have 2 nickels. Well, we're gonna play. Oh my timer on Augustus ran out. We're gonna play more spy fiction. Either tomorrow or Friday. There's something I forgot that was coming out, and I need to check and see how much it is. Point is, though, there might be, there may be more Mission Impossible references this week, if yesterday's stream was any indication. Oh wait, these aren't other players, these are just... That's the guy with the weird face, I remember him from last week. It's really annoying to get back to this place without any, without any aetherite shards. Alright guys, I'm back. I went to do some really important business at the Gold Sword. Why are none of you looking at me? Guys! Guys, I'm sorry I left you here on the 13th. But this was really important, trust me. Oh yeah, Varshan got a glow up, didn't he? The warding skill exhibits no change. It should be safe to remain here and begin our search. But with her now, I would sense Azdaha were she remotely near, but there is nothing. Might you not call to her? Let her know that you have come. Alas, this vessel is not capable of calling across vast distances. For that I require my true form. And even were it possible, a dragon's call is born upon ether. 'Tis liable to draw more void sent to us. I see. In any case, there's little exploration to be done while we are confined to this isolated isle. I propose we begin by learning what we can from the castle's occupants. An understanding of their ways may prove useful to our cause. Very well. Let's hope a few of them are capable of speech. Let all remain vigilant while we go about our inquiries. We will reconvene afterwards. You know, this imp suit's growing on me the more I look at it. It does just look like I've shown up to a mission in my pajamas. Hey, buddy. Creature snarls and glares at you. It is unlikely you will learn anything from it. Stinian's gonna keep cracking away at his one though. Big floating skull reaper? What enticing ether you have. Give me some! Give me some! No. Aww. When I was stronger I'd be able to eat you. Fine, fine, I'll find someone else to eat. Well, I'm able to communicate, this one seems to think only you're feeding. Better take your inquiries elsewhere. I like how amicable a lot of them are. It's like, I'll kill you! Oh, fine, I won't. Hi, sorry to interrupt your dance. The mistress's eyes are beauteous, sublime, to bask in her gaze's bliss. But now she's gone. Never again will I feel her gaze. You can feel mine. No mistress, no orders. What am I to do now? What am I to do now? Creature mutters endlessly to itself, not sparing you so much as a glance. You know what? No hands, though. That'd be a deal breaker. Ooh, look at this Dark Souls boss. I serve, I obey, please don't eat me. A dragon? What's that? Does it taste good? I don't know anything about it. Don't know about anything. The one we caught recently, they seem to know lots. We threw them in the dungeon. The clever ones are tasty. They might have been eaten already. You've learned all you can from this voice. If you look in the dungeon, you may be able to find the clever one it mentioned. I love that this, like, final boss looking dude is like, oh, sorry. Sorry, please don't eat me. That's the voice. I should have given him the nerd voice. Oh, I'm a fool. I have nothing to share. While those I approached had no will to fight, neither were they capable of holding a conversation worth the name. My experience was much the same. Lower-rung voidsent tend to have lower intelligence, 'twould seem. A pity Scarmiglione is dead. He was talkative, at least. What of you? A clever voidsent in the dungeon. That would be the area in which we emerged. Indeed. Let's take ourselves back there and find this voidsent, preferably before its fellows make a meal of it. Oh, I thought for sure there was a nod coming. To the dungeon, then. Bushes. I really like how all the greeneries become kind of like all purple and metallic. Can we get this for the sauce? It looks nice. I wonder if I can get like a voidsent bush for my house. I was looking into, not even intentionally, I think YouTube recommended a video to me after I looked at the video on to sort out my hotbar. YouTube started recommending me Final Fantasy XIV videos for a little bit, as it does. And one of the videos it recommended me was how to make money. I think the video wasn't even like how to make money, it was the ways, why you will never find a quick money-making scheme in Final Fantasy XIV. And the reason for it is because basically all the people who are making, who do have the actual money-making schemes in Final Fantasy XIV are keeping them to themselves, because as soon as they tell people about them, they'll stop making money. Because every time someone talks about a money-making scheme in Final Fantasy XIV, everyone does it, and then it saturates the market. So... But the general gist, though, is just make stuff that people can't be bothered to... Like, make stuff that's kind of just awkward enough that people can't be bothered to make it themselves. Like, the guy who used the example of that he made millions making windows. Just thousands and thousands of windows every week. And putting them on the market for not too expensive. And then just people who couldn't be bothered to craft the windows themselves would just buy the windows. Dyes as well is apparently quite a lucrative market. If you get the dyes you can't get from the merchants, you can, which is true because all of the blood red dyes and stuff, or the ruby red I think is the one I use. They're always like $5 a pop. So, furniture, that's the business I need to get into. I need to get into the old furniture making business. Max with someone that had basically all the money. Do your daily quests and don't buy completely useless things. The game absolutely throws money at you. But I like useless things. The things that I spend most of, because I as someone who only does the main scenario quests, you don't get a lot of money just doing the main scenario quests. I think doing dailies and stuff is just sort of grinding away at it, and getting cash is kind of the way to do it. But the problem I have is that I spend a lot of money on dyes and glamour crystals and stuff because I can't be bothered to craft them myself, or go and get them myself. And then I spend a lot of money gearing up my retainer so she could go and do ventures, which was kind of lucrative. Like I'd get a good sort of $5,000 a day off of the stuff that she'd bring back. But I'd also just, I've leveled up, I've got blacksmith and a couple of others that I've just never done any actual crafting in, and all I've done is I've just bought, every day, the, as much as I can afford it, the stuff for the Grand Company quests, because that just gives you a load of crafting XP. And I've leveled up to like 30 or 40, with having never done any crafting in them, because I just don't want to do the crafting. It's tedious. What I want to do is have all of them to be level 90, buy level 90 gear, and then not have to. And then I can just craft whatever I want without, and I just have to buy the materials, and I don't have to worry about the gear as well. But it doesn't work like that.
You are the friend.
Sorry, I think you meant to pronounce that. It's pronounced friend. I know I of all people shouldn't be. Oh, okay, that's that guy. I of all people shouldn't be correcting people's pronunciations, but you're the Void Scent bound to Xenos. No, it's cool.
I see it now. The bottomless darkness. The insatiable hunger. The aura was present when we faced him in Garlemald.
How did it come to be here?
When Xenos died, its connection to the source was severed. It was forced to return to the void.
Xenos. Yes, that was his name. And you are the friend, are you not?
I have discovered since beating Endwalker, by the way, that the choice at the end that I chose was not a popular one. Apparently, that I cannot deny is apparently a very popular response to Xenos' accusation that I just love killing shit.
Is that Heidelin's crystal?
I mean, he was absolutely on the mark, but I just didn't like Xenos, so I didn't want to agree with him.
But how?
Yeah, okay. I was like, genuinely, I was like, is this guy, is his masculine or feminine? But okay, cool. We have a Lady Reaper.
The light just now. Of course. And thus I am returned.
Oh. Can we do that to all the Void Scent, or is this like a one-time thing?
What do you mean, returned?
Oh, people very much like
Who are
Xenos. Yeah, I never liked him. I thought he was annoying, and I thought he was, but I didn't like him as a boss or an enemy. He was just, Emmett Selk I really liked, And I liked Fandaniel as a kind of, you know, cartoon villain. You know, sort of... It's just... Yeah. But I never just clicked with Xenos. He just annoyed me. I never liked his design. I never liked his attitude. I think it's mostly I think it's just his design I didn't like, and then it kind of went on from there. But yeah, I never liked him. I was happy to see him gone, and I was not happy to see him come back.
I was once bound to the man named Xenos. His avatar, until you killed him.
Avatar, as in the Void-sent servants of Reapers. In the name of his hunt, Xenos took up that traditional Garlean art. And through it, he forged a covenant with a being of the Void to lend him strength.
Covenant? A curse, more like. He stole my power. There was no equity in the arrangement. My very essence was altered, twisted into a tool to serve his desires.
Your previous appearance. This is your true form, then.
Perhaps, perhaps not. What does it matter?
Oh, okay, no, so she's still a Void-sent. I thought I turned her back into a person.
Indeed, it doesn't. Regardless of your form, you are a Void-sent by nature. So answer me this. Are you our enemy too?
In this world, only a fool would attempt to devour a stronger being. And though it was as an avatar, I lost to you once, I have no desire to lose again.
Good enough for me.
Now, you will answer me a question. Xenos called you friend. That's what you are? A friend?
Nah. I mean, at best, a frenemy, but not really. Well, as soon as I said I wasn't his friend. Strictly speaking, I'm Jack Dandy. I mean, that is true. All of these answers are correct. Yeah, strictly speaking, I'm Jack Dandy. That's always true.
So, you're not a friend. Then... what is it? What is a friend?
Did she want us to answer? Did he want us to answer? Can people stop walking off and not saying anything? Alright. Car to you too. I love when people do that in fiction. I just love the idea that they do that, and then everyone just turns around and goes, "What?" And he goes, "Oh fuck, they were still in earshot." As much as one might expect the unexpected, I doubt any of us could have foreseen this turn of events. She seems different from the other Void-sent, at least those we've met. And the change we witness, I suspect, is due to your crystal purging excess darkness in her. Even so, she still harbours a great deal of darkness. I'm very keen to hear what she can tell us about herself and about the world. Here, have a salad. Beef strong. Okay, normally I take the money because it's nice just to have a backup, but beef stroganoff is my favourite food in the world, so I'm taking the beef stroganoff. Thank you, Yushtola. You have made me a happy man You've made me a happy Kappa today. Oh. I'm tempted to just eat it now just for the sake of it, but I'll wait. So, I'm glad you came to the dungeon by pure chance. What is it that you're after? We were looking for a voice-sent with whom we could converse, in the course of which we learned of you. We are visitors to this world and know little less of its workings and ways. We'd be grateful if you could tell us about it, about yourself. So it's information you seek. What do you offer for it? I beg your pardon? Voice-sent do not give unless we stand to gain. If you desire something, you pay the price. That is the sole rule in this world you call the Void. That makes sense. Pray forgive our ignorance. But what would be acceptable as payment? I suspect that such coin as we carry has no value here. Void-sent crave one thing alone, ether. In return for information, I offer you mine. Just not all of it, mind you. I still have need of my life. Very well. I will tell you no more than you can afford to pay. I mean, I have, like, near infinite ether. Should I just... I mean, if you're dropping the bucket for me, Ishtola, then we have a bargain. If we're to talk about the Void, let us do so outside. Come with me. Right? I could, like... You know that bit in the Boo saga of Dragon Ball where Goku just, like, constantly gives that key-sucking demon dude until he explodes? That would be me. I'm Goku. I'm Goku in a onesie. Shtola's leaking wrong as it is. Yeah, she is. Out of the three of us, she's probably the worst person to do it. Like, I guess Varshan maybe doesn't have access to his normal dragon ether, but he does still have a dragon eye inside of him, which has a huge amount of ether. Estinian, I don't think, has a huge amount himself, actually. But yeah, I feel like just any one of the rest of us would have been better. I'm right, I'm basically Goku, right? Like, look. Oh, hang on, I was going to do a thing, but I get clicked again. I wonder if I could get, like... I wonder if there's, like, a gi-type clothes in this game.
This is where I belong.
Orange.
My home. This endless darkness you call the Void. There was once light here, and it shone its warmth upon creation. The lands were green and the seas were blue. Life flourished. Before the war, the Contra Memoria.
It must have been a terrible war indeed.
It shattered the balance, causing darkness to engulf the world. All life was transformed into monstrosities, void-sent. We are the natural order now.
As light begat sin-eaters, darkness begat void-sent.
The sun was driven from the sky as fleeting day yielded to endless night. In time, even land and sea lost their distinction. And though the spark of reason had died in us, driven by memory's shadow, we formed factions and carved out domains. This castle, for instance, its erstwhile lord must have abided in such a place once upon a time.
If I may, the darkness in you is too much for any man to harbor. To my eyes, you are indeed a void-sent. Yet your knowledge of the past and your demeanor mark you apart from your brethren. You are different. That much is plain. But in what way, I am unsure.
As you say, I am void-sent, but only in part. The darkness touched my mother when the war had only just begun, when I was still in the womb. As a child, I looked like any other, But darkness coursed through me, and I ceased to age when I'd become a woman grown. But that was then. And now, I may as well be one in full. I prey on the weak and serve the strong. I live to survive. Nothing more.
Forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to pry.
Yes, it was. You asked the question.
I realize, too, that I've neglected to ask your name.
As we say mortal, you may call me Voidsent.
That is liable to cause confusion. If you are not averse, we would address you by your true name.
Then call me what you will. I care not.
Oh, we didn't name her.
How about Zero?
Oh, that's a very tuney name. I like it, Y'shtola.
Meaning nothing. A name as fitting as any.
No, not nothing, but rather a beginning. For it remains to be seen what you will become to us.
As I said, I care not. Zero, then.
It's very. I'm basically. I know we talk about how I'm basically like Goku, but I'm also. I just feel like I kind of like Luffy in the sense that I'm just like, do you want to join the Scions? You're a weirdo. Join the team.
A name is a string of sounds. Its meaning has no bearing on my nature.
Well, Zero, while there is no end to the questions we could ask, it is only fair that we tell you our purpose in coming here. We are searching for a dragon. One who came to your world long ago.
A dragon?
Yes. Ashdaya is her name, and she is my sister. If you have any knowledge of her, I beg you share it with us.
Did else hear that?
Did you say something?
No?
I thought I heard a voice as well. The keening of void scent, perhaps.
I wonder if that's Asdaya. Oh, look at Zero. Little edgelord. I reckon her and Estinian will get on well. I must say, we are rather exposed here. Perhaps we should continue this conversation within the castle. The throne room is defensible given its few points of ingress. Let us head back there. Moving wasn't part of the bargain. I'll comply, but I expect my payment promptly. You shall have it as soon as we've arrived. You say she's a Tuny name. She has a super Tuny backstory, so it fits well. She is. She does. It's very, very... like, she's very anime protagonist, isn't she? I like her. I was gonna say it does feel like we've. I mean, it is basically exactly what's happened. Is that we're Final Fantasy characters that have come to a Dark Souls game. She's kind of like Final Fantasy Bloodborne-ish, you know? I didn't get a good look at this picture last time. It's a nice picture. feel like I'm going to raise curse just by looking at it. This table looks inconvenient. Imagine how difficult it is to clean the middle. Zero's all shiny. Oh, I'm required to participate in battle. Okay. At level 620. Oh no, it syncs up to 620. Yeah, that's fine. I was gonna say I don't quite have 620 gear yet.
This place is as good as any. Let me have the ether now.
Very well.
Yeah, she should. I feel like they didn't go hard enough on her though. She should have an eye patch, and she should have bandages around her hands, and she should like grab her arm occasionally and go, "The power that dwells inside this arm."
You're mine! That I should miss my mark.
Oh, hey, buddy.
That fiend again? But we struck it down. Watched it die.
Fools. Death doesn't exist in this world. And I am free to return whensoever I please.
Death doesn't exist. Of course, in the first, the power of light, of passivity, prevents life from emerging in the empty. But in the 13th, the power of darkness, of activity, prevents life from finding rest, even should soul be separated from flesh.
So unless one's essence is absorbed by another, it is possible to return again and again.
Your ether. It is reminiscent of that creature's. Ah, my mouth waters at the memory.
What?
I must devour you too. Yes, I must. Ye drifting souls, by my power be reborn!
I had to Google who Takanashi Rika is, but I haven't seen the anime, but I'm familiar with the character, and yes, I agree. The more she acts like her, the better.
If it's another death they want, I say we give it to them.
Can I just absorb them? Like, I absorbed all the light ether before. I could absorb dark ether, it's fine.
If you could lend us a hand, we'd be much obliged.
That you would. But you already owe me a debt, and until you make good on it, I won't lift a finger. We'll speak after you've won. But know that if you lose, I'll help myself to your ether.
That a bothersome duty should deliver to me this lavish feast. Struggle with all your might. It will make you that much richer and tastier.
Can I summon my, no, I can't.
We'd do well to break up this feast quickly.
I was looking at someone posted a thread on Twitter that was like Final Fantasy XIV side quests, which were compulsory, and there's one in Endwalker that it's like a yellow quest. Like I think all you get from it is an orchestration. But it gives backstory to the four fiends who existed. It's like it's really important to like understand who these guys are, but for whatever reason they made it just 100%. Oh, okay. We just had to deal with them. That was pretty easy.
When will you learn? No matter what you do, you cannot hope to win.
You never know until you try, and I'm always happy to experiment.
Zero! Is there no way to stop them from coming back?
There is, but I have no reason to share it with you.
You know, Zero, you do owe us for one thing. Your name. You'll have your promised ether, but we are owed compensation for your name.
She's like, I didn't even want it. You have it back.
A name for which I did not ask.
Yeah. There's a lot of lore about the 13th Deck in post-Heavensward with a whole series of quests involving the primals sealed in the last Heavensward area. Yeah, there seemed to be a general like consensus that there are a bunch of side quests which are like really important to the lore, but because they're just like yellow side quests, most people don't do them. And I'm guilty of it. I don't do most of the side quests myself because the few that I have done have been a waste of time, honestly. And yeah, it's this game's long enough without me doing side quests, so I stopped bothering. I kind of wish they would, like, the more important stuff would at least have like a blue marker instead of a yellow, but I guess they don't unlock anything like the blue ones do.
But that I nevertheless did accept.
Been crystallized.
Well now, that's quite the trick.
It's always crystals. Every problem we have is always crystals that solves it. Look at that. The perfect size.
Satisfied?
Completely.
Come, my friends. With Zero's aid, we can defeat him.
What is this? What have you done?
Now that I think on it, you owe me a debt as well. You may have missed your mark, but I won't miss mine.
And we have Scully Leone again.
However, a debt is a debt. I will repay it here and now.
She can turn voices into crystal.
Before my true strength!
Attend to the minions first. Be gone!
Say tend to the minions first, but I couldn't lock onto any of them.
That's far enough.
I can't backflip off this stage.
Victory will not.
Reinforcements!
This will hurt.
there's either a lot going on that I'm missing, or there's just not a lot going on with this fight. I mean, I guess it's an instance and not like a proper dungeon system, so.
Another debt.
Hang out here,
I'll kill you all myself.
Finally getting serious. Very well. Let us return the favor.
I'm gonna stand out of there. I mean, I stacked earlier with.
This static. We must stop it now.
I mean, I'm guessing this is just the same fight that we fought before, but like a toned down version.
Give everything you've got.
Oh, there was a mechanic where Zero was bound. Those were the HP on it for you to target, or the enemies were attacking. You just needed the helper and you just didn't. And it was perfectly fine, I guess. Oh, well. I trusted the other guys to deal with it. I knew they had Zero's back, so.
My flesh. Why won't it heal? What is the meaning of this?
Yeah, they totally had it covered.
To seal ether in crystal. Memoria. But how? How can you have this power? Death has no place in this world. We are beyond it. And yet... Ah, Lord Golbez, you have sent me to my doom. Curse you and your wretched flattery, and this abominable fate.
Oh, he didn't even make a bigger crystal. That's kind of sad. You'd think he would have made at least like a slightly bigger one. Oh, and that going. Watch my back for a second, guys. This hasn't happened for a while. Memoria's in Memoria di la Stona. This intention is a neat callback. There's a major and super good song in 11. Ah. That would be a cool callback.
You
I don't know either way.
welcome, seekers of might.
You don't know how well I come. just met.
I, Golbez, have called you four hither. I, who would see us triumph in the coming crusade. That I may entrust you with command of our armies.
Yes, but what of the crew's gift? In exchange for our loyalty, we are to feast on the finest ether.
Oh, this is a Final Fantasy IV, dude. I was curious.
And so you shall, for if you are to serve me, you must be strong.
I know very, very little about Final Fantasy IV and its plot. I've taken control of the four archfiends Zimmer sent to him. Golbez said Cagnazo. Okay, so I guess this is, yeah, I mean, you think you said that because the battle music was from Final Fantasy IV, you said last week, so I guess, yeah, this is all just going to be a Final Fantasy IV reference, which means I'm not going to get any of it, because I haven't played much of Final Fantasy IV.
Then honor the pact, and pray we are not disappointed.
See, I on its face of it, I thought, oh, is this like a Garland reference, and these are the four fiends from Final Fantasy 1? But I guess Final Fantasy IV just kind of redid it with the sort of similar but different characters.
Very well. Behold.
Oh, that's the dragon. Steyr.
The fiery wings, the savage horns. It pulses with life. Such vibrant ether. This magnificent creature could only come from beyond the veil.
Indeed. Feast, my friends. Feast and arise as my four archfiends.
So I'm guessing this isn't the exact. This isn't
As
like.
they are now, they can consume but a fraction of the dragon's ether.
This isn't a like. This isn't literally Golbez from Final Fantasy IV. It's just like it's not like Final Fantasy IV happened and then he came here, or this is like a sequel to Final Fantasy IV. It's just the same character, same and the same archfiends, but in a different like. Universe. It's just a big callback, like all the raids. But have the raids just had like straight up, like had? I mean, just like a straight up character from another Final Fantasy game in it. I mean, other than like the reoccurring characters, like like Omega and Gil. I mean, Gilgamesh is in so many games now. He's just kind of par for the course. Although I call him Greg now, thanks to Final Fantasy 14. Other than like stuff that's just kind of like, in every single one, like the summons and things like that. Like, oh yeah, in the events where they had, but the events, they were like literally the actual characters from Final Fantasy 15 and 16 who would like traversed who had been like summoned to this world briefly. Like those are the actual characters. But I don't know, it's just like a dungeon where it's like, oh hey, here's Sephiroth. I mean, I probably would have heard about that by now, but just like, oh yeah, here's Kefka. Yeah, nothing to do with Final Fantasy VI. It's just an evil clown called Kefka.
just as well. The creature may yet serve other ends.
Are you all right?
All the Omega raids for other FF.
The Void Scent's
That's
essence
interesting.
remains. But it has been sealed away, transformed into crystal.
And I know that the FF Tactics raid, Avarice? Whatever the world of Final Fantasy Tactics is called. It's not actually the Final Fantasy Tactics, it's just kind of like a mirror of Final Fantasy Tactics world. What was it called? Was it Avarice? Whatever.
Memoria. Scarmelione called them. I take it they are connected to the war of which you spoke.
Aye. Their use was central to the Contra Memoria, hence its name. And to my knowledge, the transformation is permanent.
Who are the Contra? Well, there's this guy called Bill Reiser. He was a pretty cool dude.
I see. We thank you for coming to our aid.
I repaid a debt, and in doing so ensured that I received my own due compensation, which I shall have now.
All the Omega stuff is recreations based on data Omega has obtained, which means it might be based on them directly. That's a little wibbly wobbly. Yeah, I mean, that wibbly wobbly I think is the best way to describe all of it. It's just kind of like it's all references. But at the end of the day, it all boils down to references. Short of like I think the 15 and 16 events probably aren't considered canon to the games themselves, but are at least supposed to be the actual characters kind of being sucked into a wormhole briefly. But outside of that, it's all just references. Which is fine.
Yes, yes. I still have work to do, so I would thank you not to get carried away.
Oh, yeah. No, you are right. The near raids are, I think, considered canon. I think they might be prequels. But we'll find out. Once I finish Nier Automata, I plan to do the Nier raids. Probably as a bonus stream, because I don't think I'll have enough time to do the Nier raids and finish. I'm really conscious of how much time I have left to finish Endwalker, because I have the stuff that I want to do at the end of June that isn't Final Fantasy XIV as well. Because like there's new Elden Ring DLC. And I've got a thing planned for like the third week of June, which is going to be like an all-week thing. So I might have to do some bonus streams. I want to do the Hildebrand stuff, and I want to do the Nier quests. So maybe some like bonus Sunday streams or something, so they don't interrupt anything else. But I have to finish Nier first, so that might still be a couple of weeks.
Ether is the coin of choice. I appreciate the simplicity.
Apart from anything else, doing the Nier raids gets me a 9S triple triad card, so I'm very excited for that.
That makes us even, I trust. Right then. When you picked up the crystal, you experienced a vision, did you not?
A dragon resembling a great worm. I dare to hope that it was Ashdaya. Even as it pains me to think she's been made to suffer.
For the ambitions of this Golbez.
We've been given much to consider. Let us take a moment to review what we know.
Weirdly, this story does kind of remind me of like the original Marvel Zombies plot, where Galactus comes to eat the Marvel universe after it's already been destroyed by zombies, and like the sort of 5 remaining Marvel zombies shoot him down and eat him, and gain galactic power and gain cosmic powers from eating Galactus. But, fantasy with dragons. In light of our recent experiences, I expect we all have questions. I trust Zero can answer some few of them. We should still be owed at least that much, I dare say. It's not like she's got anything else going on. Jack, you've come to the 13th before, yes? You fought Voidsent here. Clearly you didn't know they could regenerate, else you would have shared that detail beforehand. And they seemed to stay dead at the time, yes. I doubt not that they did. There must be a reason why the ones you defeated did not return, in contravention of the natural order. Do you remember aught out of the ordinary? A sealing magic like Zero's, perhaps? Circumstances in which we're unable to return. If you like, I can tell you about this. Please do. The more you devour, the more powerful you grow, and in the process your essence is blended with those of your prey. If you were to lose your flesh, the souls you had come to harbour may break free and coalesce into distinct Voidsent once more. And before you yourself return, your own soul might be devoured by your enemies, or your erstwhile prey. A fate more likely for stronger beings who require more time to regenerate. However, even assuming you survive the process, it's highly uncommon to return as you were. But despite his greatest strength, Scarmiglione managed to resurrect Ether rather swiftly. Are there others capable of the same? Oh, hang on. I didn't do a thing. I can hear the audio squeaking. I could just permanently set the priority on OBS to real time, so that I don't have to do it manually each time. Not that I'm aware of. His attachment to his flesh must have been unique for him to develop such an ability. I believe we understand the fundamentals of rebirth now. If I may, I would ask you about your power. Will you tell us about it? What you saw should speak for itself. I can bind the ether of the soul in crystal. Hang on, I'm gonna just turn the background music's just a bit loud in this area. Many wielded this power during the Contra Memoria, but I'm the only one left. How does one come to wield Memoria, and what happened to your peers? I've never thought about that. I do know, though, that Voidsent can't use the power. I assume I can because I'm mortal in part. That means we can learn. I see. Zero, I wish to ask you about the man called Golbez. He may well have my sister in his clutches. Is there aught you can tell us of him? The name sounds vaguely familiar, though I can't say how I know it. If he is powerful, however, someone in the castle may have heard of him. Then we must try talking to the other Voidsent again. Let us entrust the task to Jack. His echo will help facilitate communication. More importantly, he should be able to maintain his composure better than a concerned sibling. That I cannot deny. Forgive me, but will you not ask about Golbez in my stead? On the terraces to begin with, perhaps? Yes, okay. I shall ask about 3 different people. Thank you. We should remain here and discuss what other avenues we might pursue in the meantime. It's always me. It's always me. I'm always the one I have to go given the busy jobs. You know, it's not like I've got nothing else to do. I mean, it's true that I have nothing else to do, but... These little, like, padding quests are my least favourite, just where it's just like, go talk to 3 people. Especially when there's just, it's like 2 quests after I just did this. So, a clever one hadn't been eaten. If no one wants it, then perhaps... No, she's ours. Golbez, of course I know of him. Only a fool without ears wouldn't. His arch-fiends lead armies to ravage and conquer. They devour those they deem useless, those who can't fight. If you don't know what to eat, then you'd better flee, though soon there will be nowhere to run. Spider dude, lady, thing. If the one who devoured her dies, perhaps the mistress will return. Then I may bask in her gaze again. Golbez, you say? My mistress spoke of him. He commands the archfiends. They are very powerful and have conquered the many domains. The mistress bade us defend the castle from them. Yes, yes, she did. Okay. Flughead? Ugh, the tasty one returns to tempt me. I mustn't eat you. I mustn't eat you. You couldn't eat me if you wanted to. Golbez, I love him from those I've eaten. He has minions, and those minions have minions. One never sees him. With an army of minions, Golbez will sadly have me direct personally, but no easy match for him. He'd also be really good at the gold saucer. I have learnt much. Let's report this back to Stoller. I know I said I'd take off the imp suit after one mission, but I don't know. I'm just I kind of digging it now. I might leave it on for the whole day, just again for going. It's funny. For me. Okay, we're in agreement then. I spoke to 3 people, like I promised. Welcome back, Jack. Were you able to learn aught of value? I don't really know that my echo helped a huge amount during those conversations, but, you know. So a countless void sent answer to the archfiends, who in turn answered to Golbez, as your vision did suggest. Scarmimilione's aggression is also consistent with the claims of the archfiend conquers other domains. The echo lets you talk to things. Oh, but they were talking to them as well, and they don't have the echo. But I guess the echo lets me talk to maybe more of them than they can. I guess. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. The question is, how do we reach Golbez if he surrounds himself with armies of minions? We could target his other archfiends. Well, I seem yawny today. I don't know why. I had a good nap before I started streaming. Or perhaps those who have fled his service. Either may yield useful information. That said, we can't do much while we're stuck on this isle. Zero, I would ask a favor of you, sir. It just tickles me seeing Jack just standing there. I am determined to save my sister Azdaya. Is there even a faint possibility that Golbez has her? Then I must find him. To that end, I want you to lend us your strength and knowledge. Will you accompany us on our quest? For have got in the way of my world already. If you want help, offer payment. None here will aid you out of the kindness of their hearts, and you who claim otherwise are liars and betrayers. Or is this less a request and more a threat? If I refuse, will you force me to serve? Surely you must desire something. Name it. I got some rare cards. I have no purpose. Why would I desire anything? That's why I didn't bother to resist when the ones here fell upon me. What matters in a world that's already dead? By that logic, you've no reason to refuse our requests. The payment need but be to your satisfaction, correct? Did I not already say as much from the start? Very well, Zero. I propose you travel with us, and whenever you perform a deed that requires payment, we will provide it in ether. That's all you had to say. Everything else was superfluous. Fair point. Where to now? Either a place the archfiends may strike next, or where the refugees and deserters may seek sanctuary. I know the latter, and I'll take you there. I assume you also know how we can get off this isle? I was brought here on a mount. We can leave the same way. Now that you mention it, I did notice some flying creatures near the terraces. Given our numbers, we'll need a large one, but regardless of size, all can be won over with ether. Excellent. Let us go and find our mount at once. Oh, good. Lord Volves must hear of this. I shall send him a message on WhatsApp. Oh, I hope we get to take Zero back with us. She's cool. It sucked to leave her here. Even if she doesn't join the Scions, you know, she could just come back and just, you know, hang out. Her and Astinian could just go off and, you know, on like grimdark adventures. They can go. They can brood together. That'd be nice for them. He's already got a Robin. She can be his Batwoman. Always need a brood buddy. Exactly. Brooding's more fun when you've got friends. Hang on. Here. I always like to try and anticipate where I'm supposed to stand in a sort of sequence. We should be able to find a mount here. With the castle in disarray, the creatures will be hungry. Just a little ether should suffice. Are you ready? Yeah.
There it is.
I wonder if I can get that as an actual mount. Kind of reminds me of the one of the Monster Hunter
It agrees to
monster
serve.
with
Get
it
on.
that's blind. That's another one I have to do eventually. I have to go and grind to get Rathalos. I was really looking forward to the Monster Hunter quests when I finished Stormblood, and then I realised how grindy it was to actually unlock the mount, and I just kind of went, oh, fuck it. I'll do them eventually, I guess, but... It's a gremlin and an elder god. And a Deathstalker.
What is this place?
My domain. In the beginning, it was a sanctuary for me alone. But over time, others began to gather here. Those who had nowhere else to go.
A settlement of pariahs.
Oh, we'll fit in great then.
What's that? Mortals! They're mortals! What's enticing you there? Let me have some, let me have some!
You are under my protection here and will not be harmed. I give you my word.
I mean, I don't think any of these things could harm us anyway. Though I guess it would be annoying if they just kept coming
Follow
back
me.
after we killed them. I guess I don't have to kill any of them. I could just throw them off the edge. It's like, well, if you survive, you know, enjoy being down there. And if you die, I guess you just come back down there as well. So either way, you're out of my hair. Ooh, Zero's house. It's, well, it's a fixer-upper. But, you know, at least you've got property. This is my abode. The others won't come near, so you may be at ease. Well, they know their place. If tantalizing ether were to walk by, I can't guarantee they wouldn't pounce. It is a void sense nature to consume, their sole purpose. Even if the pursuit of ether may lead to their undoing, many succumb to instinct. But any who succumb here will have to answer to me. This is my domain's one and only rule, and it is absolute. Consider yourselves duly warned. If you wish to go among the void sent here, that is your choice to make. All have fled from one master or another, but whether any of those masters in turn served gold bears, I do not know. You must ask them yourselves. Most have travelled to your world, so it shouldn't be difficult to communicate. We shall go about making inquiries at once. Thank you for your counsel. Once we've learned all we can, let us reconvene at yonder plaza. Okay, I should go and talk to exactly 3 void sent. You're going too? Of course, in which case I shall accompany you. I only wish to observe. Do not expect me to help. Then it's settled. I'm ready when you are. Oh, now I have a brood buddy. Ready? Then lead the way. I leave it to you to decide with whom you speak. Yay! Oh, hang on, let's talk about your bedroom. I call this my abode, but spend hardly any time here. I return only for meditation. Meditation? Yeah, meditation. While physical wounds can be healed by replenishing one's ether, you can't preserve your form if you lose sight of yourself. Such is the risk inherent in consuming another's soul. It dilutes your senses of self. Your sense of self alters you inside and out. To guard against this, I meditate, visualize who I am, in a place all my own. Oh, man, she's so edgy. I can just imagine her listening to like Shadow's theme song. I am all of me. To walk around with her like that. You're her minion then. I mean, I am dressed the part. You know I don't take minions. He has some questions and I want you to answer them. Goldes. I don't know that one. Only Scathach. When she led us beyond the veil, I grew scared and fled. I've been here since. I don't know anyone else, nor do I wish to. That's all I can tell you. Scathach was a powerful void sense who ruled over a vast domain. That was a long time ago, though, so I doubt she has any connection to Goldbez. Let's ask this big Tari dude. Hey, Slimy. stay away from me if you don't want to be eaten. Stay away. I mean, again, I would just kick you off the ledge. Golbez, Golbez. I've heard the name before. I remember, always speaking of a great crusade. I don't know what that is, but it sounds delicious. A crusade, you say? From whom did you hear this? Farfarello. Yep, Farfarello. He was a minion of another minion. Went on and on about the terrible things he saw. I see. Perhaps Farfarello can tell us more. Ooh, let's have a chat in the square. This is the heart of my domain. Normally it's deserted, but you and yours have drawn everyone out. I don't recall the statue, though. However it came to be here, I certainly didn't wish for it. It's a cool statue. I don't know who it is. Weird that she's pointed out, though. I just feel like the fact that she mentioned it means I should maybe know who it is, or it should be a reference or something. But you're one of the mortals. Is it true? When you die over there, you really die? So it is. So it is. What brings you here then? Tell me about Golbez. Ah, yes, Golbez. He seeks strong minions to grow his army, so I hear. But recently he stopped doing that. Instead, he devours all. Perhaps he's gathered enough fodder and is now intent on bolstering his own strength. A sure sign that he is about to make a move. Satisfied with what you've learned? Nah, but let's step away before you become too tempting to resist. Yeah, try it, mate. Again, I am... I think you maybe underestimate me a little bit, Zero. It's fair enough. We've only just met. It seems the rumors of Golbez reach even my remote domain. Fair to assume he's gathering strength for his crusade, whatever that may be. But I must say, I wouldn't have guessed that Farfarello once fought in Golbez's army. It's a miracle he survived serving an archfiend. I suppose I should explain. Farfarello is the weakest among us. Constantly in fear of being devoured, he seldom consorts with others. The only one he's comfortable with is Ciriatio. Cirato. I think these are all like Italian names, and I'm not really giving them the kind of that Italian twinge. Maybe it's like Cirato, whatever. He's a fellow coward who runs the instant he senses a threat and won't stop until he's exhausted. When the hunger grows too intense, they feed on each other's ether, such is their relationship. But I ramble. You intend to seek out Farfarello, I presume? Then I'll come with you. He's less likely to hide that way. I'd love it if he's just, like, huge. Like, a really, really sort of massively intimidating dude. Meanwhile... Oh, one of the chairs is empty.
Not only did the mortals conquer Troy, they defeated Scarmalione. I struggle to believe it. They're very small, my lords. They were aided by one of our world, who transformed Scarmalione's soul into crystal. Crystal? This one speaks of Memoria. Now there's something I've not heard for an age. It'll bring a pang of nostalgia to my breast and a tear to my eye. If the very notion wasn't absurd! Drowned in darkness, as well were you.
And yet Scarmalione still does not answer. Were he alive, he would have returned by now. Weakest though he was, his ability to regenerate was without peer. If this account is true, if a Memoriat has survived, they cannot be suffered to live.
Leave this matter to me, Lord Golbez. I, Barbaricia, shall strike down any who pose a threat to our plans.
I'm looking at the post-Endwalker quests, just like the names of them. I think this is basically going to be like the next, like, yeah, sort of 4 or 5 dungeons at least, or dungeons and trials. It's just going to be like working our way through these guys, pretty much.
'Tis true, you are a proven commander, well suited to leading an assault.
And when I have succeeded, I would beg a boon of you.
What do you desire?
The dragon's ether. All that remains.
The insolence. No place.
With respect, my locks are free as the wind, without incentive to sway them. I know not whither they will blow.
Boldly spoken. I trust you will not disappoint me.
Upon this flowing hair and my immortal soul, I will not fail.
No, you're gonna fail, sorry.
Go and impress upon these interlopers the futility of defiance.
My lord.
The little talking effigies just have kind of a like Evangelion sound only feel to them. Farfarello keeps to the fringes of my domain. This way. The Void Sent here don't answer to a master. They can do as they please, but all must answer to the hunger and seek out prey when they need ether. Except Farfarello and Ciriato, that is. They are content to take from one another. Barring an incident, they dare not venture out. When he takes flight, Ciriato will not seek shelter until he is utterly spent. Farfarello, on the other hand, prefers to hide in the same place. Come. Roshan's just like... Which one of your eyes is a mouth? I do not understand how you make talk. Oh, he seems like a nice fellas. Oh, whatever will I do now? Ciatio, this is rather unexpected. Where's Farfarello? Oh, Farfarello isn't here anymore. He's left. Yes, that's right. Left. It doesn't sound like him at all. Well, he's gone, all right. What more do you want me to say? And off he flees, as he is wont to do. But something about this doesn't sit well with me. What do you make of Ciatio's behaviour? I think he ate him. So you think so too? As you say, Farfarello is gone, but that is quite unusual. As is the fact that Ciatio, who was clearly frightened by something, chose not to flee, but instead hid here, where Farfarello usually... No. We must go after Ciatio now. I bet he accidentally, like, over-consumed and, ate his friend. Yeah. It happens to the best of us. Ciriato, we need to talk. There's no time. The wind rises. We must flee. The The wind rises. What is he talking about? You're not you when you're hungry. After him. Yeah. You're not you when you're not hungry. Eat a friend. Is this the right way? No, round the back. I don't even think Astinian's talking to these two. I think he's just like, I just want to see how this plays out. What's the tentacle thing gonna do to the gremlin? What's gotten into you? What do you mean the wind rises? When the wind rises, she comes. Barbaricia. Barbaricia. Ricia? I don't know. I don't know Italian well enough to know how to pronounce these words. Barbaricia. Who in the world is that? We must flee, all of us. There's no time. I don't sense anything, but he seems convinced. There's a dead end beyond. We'll corner him. And then I'll turn him into a crystal, and then you can just echo him. It's the quickest way of doing this. We're doomed. There's nowhere to run. What are you running from? I already told you. Barbaricia, the archfiend of wind. Archfiend, you say? We will be devoured or forced to serve, to fight in the crusade, but it makes no difference. In the end, we are all eaten by her or her enemies. I didn't want to fight anymore. That's why I fled and came here. I see. That explains everything, almost. I thought it was Farfarella who used to serve an archfiend, not you. Not you who always ran at the first sign of trouble. You who now speaks as though you were Barbaricia's minion. There's only one explanation. He did eat him! Indeed. That would account for his uncharacteristic behaviour. So is that the way of it? Did you devour Farfarello? Not just a portion of his ether, but his entire being? How did you know? It wasn't only your behaviour that felt strange. You felt strange, as if there was more than you present. Now, I don't believe you would have lost control. More likely it was at Farfarello's behest. I can't hide anything from you. I admit it, Farfarello didn't leave. I ate him. He feared Barbaricia more than anything, hated the endless fighting, so he begged me to devour him that he would never have to fight again. Rather than an eternity of fighting, he chose a moment of pain. For all the good it did, I can still hear his voice in my head. He's frightened, so very frightened. When you're eaten, your essence is blended with that of your devourer, and though you have no control, your consciousness is in part endures. Were this a world where the wheel of life and death still turned, the soul wouldn't linger so stubbornly. In time, it would return to the great flow. But there's no such end here, no escape. All know this. In making his choice, Farfarello must have been desperate indeed. And now that desperation has joined with Serratio's fear, driving him to act erratically. This place will become a battlefield. We don't need one to be eaten. Neither me nor Farfarello, but there's nowhere to go. Nowhere. I mean, Farfarello's got a weird way of saying that he doesn't want to be eaten. Then tell me about Barbaricia. I would know who it is we face. It's too late. She's as good as here, and no one can escape her winds. No one.
She is gone!
Oh, I'm gonna wait till there's some voice acting. I'm keen to see what she looks like. I mean, I'm imagining it's another windy lady, so I'm imagining it just like more like Garuda, but let's see if they manage to subvert expectations.
And she's brought her domain with her. The Archfiend's after you and yours, I shouldn't doubt. Perhaps you should go and find them. But be warned, whatever this is about, do not expect us to get involved.
I can't bear it! Eaten and being eaten! I only want to be left in peace!
You and me both.
Oh, I thought she was going to crystallize and be like, hey, you broke the rule, I don't care.
One of the Archfiends approaches.
They must have been tracking our movements.
She's here.
Yeah. Yeah, she just looks like Garuda. With a sword.
Excellent. You've saved me the trouble of traveling to Troya.
So you're Barbaricia.
Ricia. I didn't think that was pronounced
Mind
that
your
right.
manners, mortal. My name is not to be spoken, save in reverence and fear.
Just under my breath going, Barbaricia. Barbaricia. Barbaricia.
And what is this pitiful domain? Pitiful wretches all. I will put you out of your misery.
Well, the good news is she's not going to get that much stronger off the back of that.
Alas, poor Scarmiglione, and good riddance. Felled by outsiders in pursuit of what? Pray tell.
A dragon. One who crossed to this world thousands of years ago. Know you aught of it?
A dragon, you say? Huh. My Lord Golbez is more clever than I realized. To let the prize live, that it might lure more prey to us.
I mean, we
Very
would have
well.
come even if they had
In
died.
gratitude and service, I shall devour every last mote of their souls.
Where is she? Where is Ashdaya?
Huh. You even share its scent. How curious. And irresistible.
If you think us easy prey, you're wrong.
Unlike Scarmiglione, I need not skulk in shadow to claim what is mine. If you would know about the dragon you seek, then enter into my domain. You may flee instead if you wish, if the fate of the sorry lot here is of no concern to you. One way or another, I will have satisfaction.
Hopefully. Like, there's actually people queuing for this trial at this time of night.
What's the plan then?
Beat her up, turn her into a crystal.
Indeed. Yet she will have the upper hand in her domain. We must be no less than fully prepared.
Yeah.
We find her and get our answers. Will you be joining us, Zero?
You may be easily goaded into accepting her challenge, but my curiosity is not so insatiable as to cloud my judgment. Nevertheless, if you are desperate for my aid, you know my price.
I shall pay it. So long as you leave me strength enough to see my sister home, you may take as much as you wish.
Again, guys, I don't think you should keep, like, weakening yourselves by offering up your ether. I am an ocean, and you guys are all ponds.
And lest you forget, mine is no ordinary ether. Barbaricia, too, recognized its potency.
I mean, okay, Varshan, you probably have more than a pond, but you're still only an eyeball, technically. Yeah, okay, his full form is an ocean, but he is an eyeball. He's at best a lake right now.
Very well. We have a bargain.
I wonder if we do bring Zero back to the source with us, whether it's going to be like a normal person going to Candyland and being like, oh god, I can eat everything here. The less time we give the enemy to prepare, the better. If everyone is ready, then let us set forth. Indeed, and yet my heart weighs heavy for those Barbaricia struck down. Were it not for us, you would not have come here. Should you require a moment, Zero? For what? Barbaricia took what she could. She was wise to strike quickly, as we would be. Agreed. This is no time for sentiment. Only the battle matters now. Have some ether. That's some materia. That one, I guess. A word of warning. Barbaricia spoke as if she would give us answers if we were to defeat her. But even assuming she'll talk, which I doubt, I trust I needn't tell you how foolish it is to give an archfiend a second chance. Best to seal her away at the earliest opportunity. If we wish to peer in her past, the memorial will suffice. I'll try, but I make no guarantees. Yeah, my echo is kind of random. You do that, and if you fail, well, you'll just have to search elsewhere for answers. I mean, we just came here and she found us. If we kill her, surely, you know, Goldbears will send another one. We could just keep waiting for them to show up. Rest assured, this won't be our last opportunity to learn about Asdaya. If another archfiend were to fall, Gorbez will surely be compelled to respond. Yes, see, Y'shtola knows. We need only wait for our quarry to come to us. Indeed, if our struggles with Scarmelione taught us aught, 'tis that we must hold nothing back when facing an archfiend. Let us heed Zero's advice and seal her away at the earliest opportunity. If we're all in agreement, then let us be off. We travel by Nisroch. I guess Nisroch is the... Oh, no, it's a... Yeah, that's the blind thing.
You're not the only ones who can ride the wind.
Leave these ones to us.
I see to Barbaricia.
Seriously, I'm kind of not doing a whole lot. I might get a card out of this. Alright, let's see if I can summon some peeps. Oh, it's not a Moogle. Oh, I got 4 already. That was quick. Oh, alright. I hope there's at least one other person dressed like a water imp. Just because I think it would be funny. There are probably enough mascot costumes now that you could probably do an entire trial dressed as mascot costumes. Like there's a chocobo costume of sorts. There's the pig costume, the Tonberry costume, the Kappa. What else have I seen people dressed as? Moogle. There's the Moogle costume. That's 5. At least 3 more. Mascot costumes. Oh yeah. There's the frog, the elephant, the bunny. There's a there's a proper chicken as well as the chocobo. So yeah, there's at least 8. There's also a bird costume. I think that's based on one of the races. There's at least 8 proper mascot costumes. So yeah, you could do, if you coordinated, you could do an entire mascot trial. There must be a trial that's got like a cool cutscene at the end, with all of the characters doing something. Maybe not, because it's all Warriors of Lights and they just stand around doing nothing in any cutscene that they're in. Oh yeah, here we go. I maybe should have used that time to look up maybe some strategies for this dungeon rather than looking at mascot crowns, but mascot costumes. But you know, we've all got to spend our time some way. You do understand? It's been a few years since I still get a visceral reaction to that sound. Yeah, it's a good noise because it does sort of.
Give yourselves to my scouring winds that I may feast.
It does stick out like amongst all the rest of the noises, so you can, even if you're in the other room and you hear that noise, you know to come running. Oh, everyone's wearing normal clothes.
Such rich, exquisite evil. My head shimmered with anticipation.
over here. Ow. Okay. I missed what prompted that.
Have at you.
I'm gonna get around behind her. Ow, okay.
My legs are at your whip.
Oh, I got.
Tough, strong, and free.
Okay, lots of hair stuff I can seem pretty easy to figure out.
Try this.
Ow. Wait, running over this side, running over this side. This is she gonna do her thing, is it? Okay. I'm staying alive at least.
A fair wind blows.
Okay, we're doing this thing again.
You feel it too, do you not?
Oh, I'm still tangled. It's going on a bit longer this time. Okay, we're out.
You've done well to last this long.
You're not wrong. Oh, I'm down for the count. Oh, when did she get all? When did she get all viney? Oh, muscle mommy. Is this a tank limit thing?
I'll slaughter you all. Dodge this if you can.
That felt like a tank thing.
I'll make it.
Tornadoes, I guess.
blade.
Do I have to stack? No, not on those ones. Okay.
I'll break your bones.
Hey! Alright, well, there's a lot going on there, but I didn't die, so hooray! That was a fun one, I quite like that. I guess I'll give it to the scholar. That was nice. Back from space. Yeah, I know. I did notice that the edge of the world disappeared at one point, and I was like, okay, do not backflip. I like how the healer had your back too. That scholar saved you. Oh, did she? Which bit did I screw up? I didn't. I'm so bad at this game. I didn't even realize the scholar saved me. Did they yank me? That's a thing that scholars can, or one of the classes can do? I'm pretty sure they dragged you into the hair thing. Oh, okay. I thought that all the healers can. Yeah, I've been dragged before. I thought that was a. I just thought that was a thing that happened, that you just get yanked into it. But I mean, cool. I mean, yeah. Okay. If, I gave the scholar a commendation. Either way. So. Oh, hey, look, and I got 2 in return. That's nice. I find it's always good to dress.
Time. With more of the dragon's ether, I can
I find it's always good in like dungeons and trials to dress funny, because assuming everyone performs reasonably well, you're more likely to get a commendation. I did the mechanics. I could see. Let's see what I figure out as I can watch. Ditto. I just assumed I was being dragged there by the attack itself, but you're absolutely right. It might be that I was getting my ass saved by a scholar who knew what they were doing. Echo's not working.
I see you've bested Barbaricia. Well done.
Her minions too are all crystallized or scattered. The day is ours.
What of my sister? Tell me you learned something about Ashdaya. So the Archfiend and her crystal yielded not.
Our efforts have not been entirely fruitless. We have deprived your sister's captor of another powerful champion. With Zero, we may yet challenge Golbez and his minions.
Indeed. We could not have come this far without your aid. Thank you, Zero.
I but fulfilled my part of the bargain. And now I will have my...
Her ether is nearly spent. Perhaps unsurprising given how much power she used.
I wouldn't want to face another Archfiend without her. We should hurry back to Zero's domain.
Agreed. Eager though I am to continue, it would be unwise to risk our lives for the sake of haste.
Interesting, by the way, that we beat up Barbaricia and her hair just kind of still lingers.
Let us suspend the mission and tend to Zero.
Although, I've got long hair, and that's what it looks like whenever every time I have a shower. It's just kind of clogging up everything. I'm gonna cut it all off. It's so annoying having long hair. It just gets everywhere. It clogs up the Roomba. Oh, I didn't get the triple tried card. Damn. Well, I'll have to fight Scar. I'll have to fight her again someday. I mean, to be fair, that one was okay. That was quite fun. I liked that. But it would have been nice to have gotten a new card. My COVID hair was very, very bad. But honestly, my long hair is COVID hair, just ongoing COVID hair, where I just let it grow out over COVID and then just never cut it. And it looks okay, I think, but it's just so much more hassle than it's worth. I'm just gonna clip it all off, but I can't be. I'm so lazy. I can't. It actively irritates me, but I can't be bothered to cut it off. Part of me is worried I'm gonna cut it all off and then look at it and be like, oh, it looks awful, and then I'm just gonna wear a hat for like a month when it grows back to at least a kind of reasonable degree. Though Zero remains unconscious, she appears otherwise fine. Insofar as I can discern, at any rate. Being part void sent, her physiology may be rather different from ours. Let us observe her for a while as we discuss our next move. Well, maybe we should give her some ether, if our ether is almost spent. Is that not a good idea, guys? Crystal? No? Okay. How long do you suppose she will remain this way? I haven't the faintest inkling, nor can I say whether the ether we can afford to share would be enough to waken her. It would be best to take her back with us to the source. There, she would be guaranteed all she requires. Zero cannot give her consent, but it seems we have no choice. The alternative would be to leave her here defenseless. Should she later desire it, we can bring her home. Everyone has nodded silently in approval, therefore, as is our tradition, we shall accept that as consensus. Jack, might I ask you to hold on to Barbaricia's memoria? It may yet serve a purpose. It's fine, I'll start a collection. Oh, what happened to her? You have business with Zero? We have a newcomer, a former minion of Barbaricia. Let her know when she wakes, will you? Barbaricia's minion. Why not go and find this newcomer? We have something to tell Zero, if nothing else. So we have something to tell Zero, if nothing else. Indeed. May I trouble you to join me, Jack? With luck, we might learn something of Golbez. Is it the big spider?
Jack, might I ask you to decide which is heavier? A gallon of butane or a gallon of water? A gallon of butane. It's a lighter fluid.
I feel like there should have been a pause or something so that I could do like I think that's the problem with the TTS. But salutations to you, Brian, by the way. I feel that's the problem with the TTS is that it's just like the timing's off for a punchline. And yes, that should be which weighs less. Not which is heavier, because the gallon of butane is a lighter fluid, so then the answer is a gallon of water. I stand by my bullshit, fair enough. You're the ones who found Barbaricia. I won't make trouble, are they? So please let me stay. If you would obey, then tell me all you know of Golbez. There isn't much I can tell. Only the Archfiends are allowed into his domain, wherever it is. None but they know. I see. No better way to guard oneself than keeping one's location secret. How does Golbez communicate with his minions afield? He has these scepters, staves, whatever they are. He uses them to talk to those far away. Not unlike link pearls, at least in function. That will be all. My thanks for your cooperation. My thanks to you as well for affording me the time. I am satisfied, so let us rejoin the others and head home. The TTS frequently have a command for a pause, no idea which may be. I think it's a backslash. Maybe. I think a backslash, the TTS doesn't say backslashes. I think I've seen that in other ones, but I don't know whether that's true of the Twitch TTS or whether that's just some of the AI voices. Maybe something to try out. But, just to give you a quick recap where we are, Briar, I am dressed as a Kappa, or half dressed as a Kappa. We have made a new edgy friend in Zero, who is currently unconscious. And we're beating up Final Fantasy IV bad guys. I trust you understand that once we leave the 13th, we will not return until we are prepared to resume our search. Knowing this, are you ready to depart? Yeah. There's literally nothing else for me to do here. Like, what? It's like, are you sure you want to leave the 13th? I guess, are you sure you want to leave the 13th? You can't G-pose here anymore until you come back. It's like, oh, dang. I do want to G-pose. Back to Troya then, and thence home. Okay, I guess we're carrying Zero then. Look, Estinian's got a brood buddy. She's super edgy. Yes, she's super tuney. She's great. Oh, and this guy.
You're all safe. Thank the sisters.
I love this PS2 looking guy. No, in fact, PS1. We played a PS2 game yesterday. They look better than him. When he isn't being Graha school.
A moment while I close the gate.
The little guy that we sent in there to eat the gate is like, do I just live in here now, do I? Okay.
Was there any trouble? I expect some void scent slipped through.
A few did, aye. But we were ready and dealt with them without incident.
N64, he's very Jet Force Gemini. He's very polygonal.
That is well. I cannot thank you enough for your vigilance.
Yes, you're grateful. But aren't you forgetting something more important? You know, the polite but warm formalities one delights in hearing when their little brother returns from a long journey.
Indeed, you are right. It is good to be home again, among those who I love dearly and missed so much.
It sounds so sincere now that he's actually been prompted for it.
And we are glad to receive you, Vashan. Welcome home.
I wonder if in the Japanese he just said, like, is it Irashai? Irashaimasu? They say when they enter their home? Whatever it is that they say that just means I'm home.
Chambers have been prepared for your use at Megaduta. Let us take Zero there at once.
Also, sir, are you going to tell us about the woman you appear to have kidnapped? Like, no, don't worry about her. Tadaima, that's it. Tadaima. I wonder if in the Japanese he just said that, and they translated it like that because they thought it doesn't make any sense in English. Master Dandy, we've been expecting you. If you would follow me, I will show you to the guest chambers. Okairi is the welcome back. Okay, so it's Tadaima and then Okairi in response.
Our mission took many an unexpected turn.
That's it.
I am relieved that we have all returned safely.
He absolutely did. I'm sure he said more than that, but 800% he said Tadaima in there somewhere. Yeah. I mean, I know some people, some very annoying people, are very like, oh, they should just translate it and not like add their own interpretation to it. But I mean, you gotta, because that just doesn't make this culturally doesn't make as much sense in English. Don't worry about her. She's ours now. What does that mean? Never mind it. She's ours now. That reminds me, there's that clip from the TED TV show, which is apparently a thing. I don't know if the TED TV show is old or new, but there's just that one clip that it's like the only clip I've seen of it. I think I've seen two. No, I think I've seen two clips of it. I don't remember the other one, but the clip I've seen it is like, is where he just goes, "We had an Indian kid once." I went, "Yeah," and he went, "Yeah, but they got him." What do you mean they got him? I liked him. He used to he used to show me his Lunchables. So, what do you mean they got him? I like watching when the Japanese bleeds through like that. I do as well, but I appreciate that like just the majority of people aren't going to be. Well, actually, I don't know. Is it wrong to say that the majority of people playing Final Fantasy XIV aren't weebs? I mean, they probably are, thinking it realistically. I mean, the ratio probably is more weeb than not. It's tricky.
But before you all enjoy the rest you have earned 12 times over, I would consult you on one last matter.
Zero.
Oh, good. She didn't have her hat. I was worried that she'd lost it, but we did bring it back with us.
While she appears none the worse for wear, she remains locked in slumber, and I cannot help but worry. Is there aught we can do to expedite her recovery? If her ether is exhausted, perhaps I can share some of mine now.
Why don't we get Kryl over? She looked after us while we were all in... Well, after you guys, while you were all in comas.
In the wastelands of the 13th, one can only replenish ether by taking it from others, be it by trade or by force. In contrast, the source is rich in ambient ether. Simply being here and drawing breath, Zero will absorb what she needs.
Like a plant.
Then we need but wait?
I believe so.
She's just introverted, and she just needs to recharge her social batteries. Just leave her alone for a little bit. Maybe get her a Switch.
She will awaken in time, and when she does, give her something to eat.
Or an iPad.
Judging by her form, she should also be able to derive nourishment from food. I know you promised her your ether, but perhaps she might appreciate fine Harnish cuisine more.
Food can certainly be arranged.
Maybe something bland, you know. I just, if you're eating food for the first time, I don't think you should be dealing with anything too
Unsurprising,
spicy,
perhaps, given that she is only
fragrant,
part
or so bready. It's on the Kamen Rider Sentai.
Zero said before that Xenos had altered her essence.
Pages of angry people arguing about translating things literally. Yeah, it's annoying because it's just like, if you want things translated literally, learn the language and then watch it in the original language. Like, stop making other people do the effort for you. You just if you care about it that much, learn the language. She eats, like people. Well, she's only half people. She's also half like monster. That's what I mean. She's like super toony.
A change wrought, I suspect, with the power of darkness. It acted upon the part of her that is void-sent, rendering it dominant. Thus, we were able to reverse it with the power of light. I labor to believe that Xenos possessed such arcane knowledge. In all likelihood, it came from Fandaniel.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That prick.
Were Zero wholly void-sent, I doubt the crystal would have had an effect on her. One might say that Hydaelyn had a hand in your meeting.
Wait, you're saying Hydaelyn?
There's no exaggeration to say that Zero has proven herself invaluable. A boon from Hydaelyn herself. Her cooperation may come at a price, but whatever it is, I am willing to pay it. Exhausting though it may be at times.
I like to imagine that Hydaelyn's in the live stream alongside us, like Emmett Salk and all that, and they just look at her like, "Did you know?" And she's like, "Nah, no fucking clue. I didn't know they were going to go to the 13th. Why would they go to the 13th? That place sucks." I just thought it'd make a nice keepsake. I thought maybe he'd made like a, like a little stand or something, put it in his flat. Jack Daniels. Moral Daniel enemy. My name's Jack Thaniel, thank you very much, not Jack Daniel. Now, I intentionally always have Jack Daniel because I sound like the whiskey. But true on the annual ending. If I may excuse myself, I wish to pay a visit to the High Crucible. Well, I thought there was like a weird thing on top of Zero, but it's just the light on that, the little lantern on that thing. Well, the scales functioned admirably. It would be prudent to have them inspected for signs of degradation. By all means, I shall do the same for this vessel. Then I'll go and meet with the soldiers. Share with them what I learned fighting Voidsent in the 13th. What of you, my friend? Have you any immediate plans? I might go and tend to my island. Truly, had I known you had such interests, I might have entrusted you with the development of our nearby isles to attract visitors. At any rate, should you be in no hurry, might I trouble you with a small task first? I wish to have food ready for Zero when she awakens, you see. Would you be willing to go to Merit Mehene and ask for suitable refreshments? You have people for this, Farshan. Excellent. In the meantime, Nirana shall watch over Zero. She is already en route. Let us each then tend to our respective businesses and reconvene anon. Take a shot. Yeah, that's not going to be shocking to Zero. She's going to wake up and find a giant elephant person looming over her. Yeah, no, that's cool. No, seriously, I think let's go for her. I want to see her surprised. I want to see if we can get Zero to scream. I think it'd be funny. And she'll like put her hat on and to hide the embarrassment. Just woke up. It's fine. I'm not deeply offended that you forgot my name. Card games on Chocobos. Oh, that would be an extreme sport. Triple trial on Chocobo back. You have to race. You have to win the race. Well, no, I suppose you can't win. You'd have to match pace whilst playing Triple Triad. Go and tend to my island in my cap of footy pajamas. Yeah. Hey, it got me 2 commendations from the trial I did earlier. So it's a well chosen costume, I think. And yes, better than Strala. Dangerously close to turning Zero into a proper waifu. I mean, I do like her. Like, she's not necessarily my go-to type, but I do like the type. Welcome to Meriad's Merian. Please make yourself comfortable. I need food for an unconscious half-void sent woman. What? A guest of the satrap has collapsed from hunger. Of course, I'd be happy to help. You need only tell me what you desire. A modest quantity of a living mortal's ether could provide. Yeah. I'm afraid we don't serve that particular delicacy. If I may, I'd recommend something gentle on the stomach, like these apples here. They've just come in. I can guarantee their freshness. Afterwards, once your guest feels better, she's welcome to sample whatever else we can provide. Just let me know. Fine. I'll give her some aether from someone else then. Send the new waifu meat, Giggity. Oh, it's fine. I've got 3 beef stroganoffs in my pocket if she's hungry. I could have made an innuendo, but I didn't. I just made reference to the fact that I have 3 beef stroganoffs in my pocket. No maggots. What kind of restaurant is this? Salutations, Stratus.
Light.
She's like, why isn't everything purple? What kind of meat is stroganoff? It's a Russian dish. It's beef stroganoff. It's basically like mushrooms and cream.
An inn?
It's like a creamy mushroom
What happened?
sauce with rice and beef.
How did I get
It's delicious.
here?
It's my favourite food in the world. I intentionally don't eat it very often because I'm worried that if I eat it too often, I'll get bored of it.
There's no time. I must rejoin the battle. I must...
Oh, you're awake! Wonderful!
She's going to attack her. Yeah, this is what I mean. This is a terrible idea. Why did we think this would be okay?
What is this? Some sort of fiend? A fiend? Where is it? Where? But this is no time for jokes. You're in the source, my dear. The world next door, so to speak. The others brought you here after you collapsed.
You're in the source sounds like some Zoomer slang.
I'll fetch them at once. Wait, just a moment.
It's just like... Why is it not purple? And why am I getting so many chatbots recently? I brought you apples. Do you know what apples are? She doesn't look like she knows what apples are.
I took the liberty of arranging refreshments. I hope you find them as flavorful as they are invigorating.
He shrunk. What happened?
This isn't what you promised. I suppose ether is ether.
It's like, why are we intentionally making things confusing for the poor woman? Oh. Well, I guess that's one way to eat food.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know how to eat?
I took what I needed from it. What's the problem?
Where's the enjoyment in that? You're supposed to bite, to chew, to savor, and then swallow. That's the way. So, did it taste good?
I'll be honest, I was disappointed there wasn't like a Shokugeki no Soma style, like, cutaway where her clothes exploded.
I don't know.
Sounds great. I mean, she doesn't have to poop. I mean, she could poop ether. You don't know. I guess she didn't have a
The
bathroom
long
in her
years
house.
without eating may have dulled your sense of taste.
Well, we void scent have no need for such when consuming others. There are some who speak of taste when describing the quality and affinity of their prey's ether. But I loathe the act. Taking ether in small amounts like this is one thing, but diluting my essence, diminishing myself, I'd sooner die. And I have died. Countless times.
You have? But what happens when you do?
I mean, I've died countless times too. Normally, I just get rezzed, or the raid, everyone else dies, and we just try again. It's really of no consequence. Sometimes I just have to respawn at Limsa Laminsa and get my gear mended. Kind of depends on the circumstances. Which is that's how she has sex. You lay in bed, she waves her hand over you, and then leaves the room. I am satisfied. Food in the fridge. Be gone by dawn. I mean, it would certainly speed things up.
Not much. After a while, you return, together with all your expended life force. The important thing is to die where others won't devour you.
Amazing! My peers who study immortality and resurrection would be most interested in this phenomenon.
Yeah, just go and live in the 13th. That's great. Yeah, holiday
The
home
question
or
of
something.
taste aside, I am glad that you are able to partake of food like us. I dare say it agrees with your personal preferences.
That's true. You can keep giving me the same on a regular basis.
Very well. As my guest, I shall see that you do not want for comfort. And one other thing. We brought you to our world without your consent, and for that, I apologize. If you wish it, we will return you to yours once you have regained your strength.
It's fine. I have no reason to go back. Except for yours, perhaps. You intend to cross over again, I take it.
I do. I have yet to find my sister. I want nothing more than to rush to her aid, to find this Golbez and free her from his clutches, if he still holds her captive.
Though if our recent experience has taught us anything, 'tis that the 13th is more dangerous than we ever imagined. Caution must be our watchword.
Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake.
Stop staring at being broody and goth is my shtick. What is this bullshit? To be honest, we've got it's quite the edgy group that we've taken with us to the. I mean, it's a good fit for the 13th. I feel like, yeah, Kryl and Graha probably wouldn't have meshed well. I do stick out with my mascot costume on, but maybe I'll dress more appropriately next week.
You managed to return in one piece this time. But don't assume you'll be so lucky the next.
Rest assured, we will make no assumptions and spare no preparation. Speaking of which, while we rest and ready ourselves, I ask that you tell me more about your home. In return, I will tell you about ours. I will show you my domain, Radzet Han.
Again, a stranger in this strange land. I have a condition. You must come too.
I got nothing else to do.
You have my thanks.
You must come too. I just enjoy your bright-coloured costume. It's lovely. I also have another condition. The elephant lady must stay away. She scares me. Oh, no. It's not talking with Varshan. This world is brimming with ether. I feel invigorated just standing here in the breeze. I'm glad to hear that. So, is there any place in particular you wish to see? Perhaps where that food came from. Apple, was it? Well, I don't expect I'll collapse again. It would be good to know where I can procure more if necessary. Merid Mehane it is then. I shall introduce you to the head waitress, Milil, I think her name was. Can I fast travel as I got them on my team, or do I have to... In fact, do I want to walk? Yeah, I don't see any speech points, so we'll teleport. Nope, that was the wrong one. They're probably conversations as well. The only one I can see is this one. Normally they show the speech bubbles, which is what I was looking for, so I think I'm okay. This is the place. The air is different here, and I speak not of the heat. There's a texture to it, a fullness, unlike that of elsewhere. You smell the cooking, I believe. Hannish cuisine is quite fragrant and delicious, I hope you will agree. Again, I feel like apples are kind of at the right level for someone who doesn't eat food. We don't want to give her, like, anything too complex. Welcome to Merid Mehane. Greetings, Milil, and may I introduce you to Zero. She is an esteemed guest, and I ask you see to her meals during her stay. Ah, yes, Merid has told me all. Please come to us whenever you're hungry. We'll look after you. It was here that Jack obtained the apple. While the palace cooks can prepare whatever you desire, it is certainly a quick and convenient food. I remember it. Who are the ones there moving their bodies about? Is it for some ritual related to eating? The dancers. They move their bodies to bring pleasure to those who are watching. It is a form of entertainment, part of our culture. How needlessly complicated. We Voidsent prefer simpler pleasures. That may be the way of it now, but your world too must have had such complicated diversions once. Did you have Triple Triad? I don't remember. Well, let us move on. I propose we visit Balsan Bazaar, where goods the world over may be found. Oh, I hope I can get a Zero card. I bet I can. We'll walk to the bazaar, it's not much further. I like Zero, I hope we get to keep her. What are all these things? What do you do here? This is a marketplace where people buy and sell goods. Since its earliest days, Radzet Han has served as a trading hub, and here you will find not only local products, but wares from distant lands. I should mention that the vendors generally only accept payment in coin or tomestones. If there is aught you desire, I shall take care of it. So that's what tomestones are for. Voidsent returned with them on occasion, but I never knew their purpose. They struck me as useless trinkets, and I couldn't understand your obsession with them. On that subject, there appears to be... Can I have them if you've got some? Because I'm kind of shy. On that subject, there appears to be no shops in the 13th. Do you never make bargains in which possessions are exchanged? We do, but rarely. We strike bargains when we want something done. If we desire an object, we kill whoever has it. I see, I see. Your bargains may be likened to employment, I believe. I shall bear this in mind. With that, let us continue on. I propose we head to the High Crucible of Alchemia. How many tombstones do I have at the moment? Sorry, this is just... Ooh, I have enough to upgrade my chest piece to item to 650, which should help. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'll do it later. Yeah, item level 650, so that should help my item level a little bit. Jack's addiction showing here. Triple try, identity is fixed. I haven't played for a while. I need my fix every so often. I missed out on the card from the trial I did earlier, which was annoying. That could buy some very nice gear if you had some. Exactly. I wouldn't have to worry about item level for the rest of this expansion. Why, Master Vitra, how may we serve you this evening? If you're here for your vessel, I'm afraid we're still tending to it. No, there is no rush. Pray take as much time as you require, and know that I have complete faith in your work. The High Crucible is home to the finest alchemists. They're the ones who created my bodies and can provide you with healing as well. Now that I think on it, you weren't at all surprised when I changed forms. Were you aware of my nature from the start, that I was a soul occupying a vessel not my own? It is hardly uncommon in our world. When given the chance, many shed their bodies to claim stronger ones. Oh, you must be the rumoured guest. We were most eager to meet you. If you'd have a moment, would you care to stay for some tea? The sisters Snow would love to hear... Yeah, okay. The sisters Snow would love to hear your tales. No, I've had enough food for now, and can always obtain more without the need for inane chatter. No need to decline outright. I dare say you are tired, so let us save it for another time and return to Megaputa. If aught catches your eye en route, do not hesitate to say so. Should we go and introduce her to your actual form? That might be interesting. I don't see any conversation points. So let's fast travel. Why are your trees not purple and metallic? Some sort of fruit. Pitiful things, though. I imagine you need to eat a lot to derive any satisfaction. Yeah, I know how you feel. Like, I eat a whole bag of grapes, and I just want more grapes. These are mulberry trees. While the fruits are indeed edible, more important are the leaves, which we feed to silkworms. Without the creatures, we wouldn't have the silk to make our famous Fafnerian weave. Furthermore, the bark of the tree also possesses medicinal properties. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more useful plant. Is that so? Aside from food, I wouldn't have considered any other purpose for it. Master Vitra, and Jack too! You're the imp. You are the imp. Not the imp. I'm the imp at the moment. What's the word I'm thinking of? Scamp? So we'll just go with Scamp. He had a name. Who is this new goth hussy? I eat bad grapes. Yeah, I ate healthy with this. Could have been a pizza. Oh no, I love grapes. I could eat. If they were I always buy like 4 packs of grapes every time I get shopping, and if they were cheaper, I'd eat grapes every day. Oh, I love grapes. If it isn't young Master Mera, then that must be your sister, Yastra. It's all well at the orphanage. Yes, Your Excellency. The other children are very nice. We all look out for one another. Oh, just the other day, Estinian came to see us. Everyone was really excited. Truly, Estinian paid you a visit. That is well. Is she a new friend? Friend, you know what that is. What? You mean you don't? She is a visitor from a faraway land, you see, and she is still unfamiliar with our language. And we'll teach you. A friend is someone you like to play with. Play with. Xenos seemed to be enjoying himself when he fought you. Is that the same thing? Stop trying. Absolutely not. Stop trying to suggest that me and Xenos are friends. Then I'm no closer to understanding it. Why he traversed the great expanse, why he risked life and limb for you. Because he was very, very, very bored. But I waste energy dwelling on such things. I am not Xenos. I stand to gain nothing by knowing his heart. I'm sorry I couldn't explain it well. There is no need to apologize. The fault is not... No, she should be like, you should apologize. You are terrible at this. Be gone. The fault is not yours, but mine, for failing to make sense of your words. Well, we better get back to our errand. But goodbye, it's nice meeting you. Urchins, that's the word I was thinking of. Urchins. Bye-bye, urchins. I love, by the way, how they just emphasize how toony and edgy she is by just like every single camera angle makes it so that her hat covers one eye. Who needs an eye patch when you have a cool pointy eye patch hat? Through Xenos, I thought I understood the ways of your world. But the more I learn of it, the more I realize how little I actually know. It's all so strange. Your behavior and your reasons. I find myself baffled at every turn. I mean, honestly, same. And I live here. But the feeling is not unwelcome. I'm learning bit by bit. It was the right decision to join you. I mean, you were unconscious. You didn't have any say in the matter. I believe Zero's time here has been rewarding, and 'twas in no small part due to your company. My thanks for agreeing to join us. Come, let us return to Megaduta. Can this just be the rest of the expansion? Can we just ignore the Archfiends and your sister and just... Can we just take Zero on a tour of Eorzea? I missed the game where you kept giving hugs to an urchin. Wait, which game was that? Which game did I keep hugging an urchin? Oh, the crab game, yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they'll make any DLC for that. I missed that game too. It was fun. But hey, we got Elden Ring in a couple of weeks.
So, what are your impressions of Radzatan?
Yes, yeah, the guy who kept spiking me and then gave me the skill. I wish there was a few more quests, like bits like that with NPCs. A lot of the other NPC reactions were kind of normal. I guess it was that guy who told me about the banana. And yes, another game to watch me parry things. I was alright at parrying stuff in that game. I just didn't try to. I would mostly just... Because the block was just better. Because I'd take the block, get the buff, do damage, and then because of my ability, I'd recover my shell. So it was just generally better to just block and take the hit rather than try and parry. That's my excuse and I'm sticking with it.
Considering your origin, I can see why that might be your first observation. Though they would call each other people, I think. If you wish to know about our fair city, I should be glad to place a guide at your disposal.
I do like Final Fantasy XIV food. I think they do quite a good job considering the more limited graphics, so the quality of the graphics. They do quite make a good job of making the food look quite tasty. But there's absolutely zero consideration given to what's actually on the table. Look at this this setup. There's 2 whole chickens. There is a giant strawberry tart. There's a bowl of fruit, and then there's a plate of a single pizza slice, some cheese. I think 2 pizza slices, some cheese, and then just some random nibbles. I think there's 2 bowls of fruit, and I think there's pork. Pork pies or something. Just random brown nibbles. I can't really see what it is. And then despite that, none of us have any food from any of those places. Varshan has soup. Y'shtola has a salad. I don't know where she got the salad from. As well as cake, I think. I don't have anything. I just have... Oh, no, I do have... I guess that's... I think I have a pizza and a potato. I don't know where I got the potato from. Estinian... I can't see Estinian's food. And Zero's plate's empty. But it's there's just... It's not... There's no consideration for, let's put an actual meal out on the table. There's no bowls of vegetables or gravy or anything like that.
No need. I'll show myself around. There's
there you go. Yeah, it is pork. They are
you in return.
Oh no, they're lamb skewers. So it's 3 lamb skewers, a block of cheese, and 2 slices of pizza. What kind of insane party would it be if you went and there was just a plate and it was there we go, help yourself? And it's what madness is this? I mean, I would eat that. There's lamb skewers, pizza, cheese. Honestly, I would just take the plate. That sounds like a fantastic dinner. But it's madness. Put the cheese with the fruit and with some crackers. It's just... I'm diagnosed autistic and diagnosed ADHD because I love a plate of random nibbles. It'd be fine if the entire table was random nibbles, because then it would just be it would be a buffet. But there's 2 whole chickens, none of which no one is eating. They've cooked these 2 roast chickens and no one has touched them. They're just decorative. I don't know. It just... And yeah, I mean, they've all got cake. Well, actually, no. Some of them are a lot flatter than I'd like. They need more. They need a few curvier characters in this game.
While I remember some few tales of the past, I cannot speak to their authenticity. But if that is enough, then I will tell you of the events that saw darkness engulf our world. The Contra Memoria.
We are all ears. Please.
Long ago, light filled the world and all was at peace. But then the servants of darkness came, and they bequeathed a black art unto men.
I'm guessing that was the Asians.
Channeling the power of hope and prayer, one could call forth fearsome beings known as Eidolons.
Yeah, that sounds like the Asians.
The Asians. And these Eidolons are surely primals.
Yeah. This is what we called summons in Final Fantasy VIII.
Then you have faced the same, and understand that when an Eidolon is birthed, strife follows. And in such strife, the weak are the first to suffer. When it seemed the world would be plunged into chaos, heroes appeared. They who were blessed with a singular power. The power to bind the ether of Eidolons within crystals known as Memoria. My mother was one such Memoriate. But in fighting to save many, she herself was touched by darkness. as was I.
And so you were born part void sent, before the world was overcome.
Yeah, I also, eat terribly when I go to a buffet and just get, like, the most random hodgepodge of whatever. I just like these things and these things and these things without any consideration about, like, how balanced they are.
How exactly did that calamity come to pass? Did the Memoriates not triumph?
Fun fact, there's no rules about mixing dessert and regular food. You can have beef and cake on the same plate. It's fine. No one will stop you. Well, they might try.
They did. They expunged the seeds of chaos and restored the peace. Only to find themselves seduced by the darkness they had sealed.
There are 2 bowls of salad, in fairness. That explains where Y'shtola got her salad from. And Estinian's eating fish. I think Estinian has a fish. Where did he get the fish from? There were no plates of fish. This is madness. Estinian beef and cake together.
They spread the taint.
Very good.
Transforming men into monsters, what you call void sent, and raised armies to wage new wars.
Not the first to be corrupted by power, nor the last.
Perhaps there are no longer plates of fish, he ate them all. Or maybe he just, maybe there were like a plate of, like a selection of fishes and he just took the plate and was like, mine.
Some defied temptation and held fast to the light. My mother and I among them. For years and years we fought, but it was not enough. And when our strength was spent, our bulwarks broken, so too was the world.
I do that most potato things. Big dish, that's my bowl, thanks. I'm more...
The flood of darkness.
Cheese would probably be my thing. If someone brings out like a big plate of cheeses, I would just be like, okay, thank you. I take the cheese knife, some crackers, maybe some pate and some grapes just to sort of spice it up, and then I'll just huddle in a corner and just for like a few hours until the cheese is gone. Hissing like Gollum at anyone who tries to take it from me.
The stars faded from the heavens as a pall black as pitch enveloped creation. Darkness raged unchecked, rending the very walls of reality. I was cast into the rift, and there trapped for what felt like an eternity. Until I came upon a crack. Tiny, infinitesimal, but enough for me to squeeze through. And find my world changed beyond recognition. Into the lightless waste you saw.
Yeah, it was nice.
So that is how you were able to escape becoming a void sent in full.
I suppose I should consider myself fortunate. Were I like most others, I wouldn't have lasted a day before being devoured. We, the lost, are better equipped to survive in a lost world.
Potato salad is nice. I don't know that I'd steal a whole bowl of it, but I'd definitely get a few scoops for the side of the plate to go with my cake and fish. I don't know. Lasagna.
A lost world, you say?
Like the Jurassic Park.
I wouldn't be so sure. The 13th is still there, is it not?
What are you getting at?
To explain requires that we initiate you into the truth of the source and its reflections. We warned that this will take a while.
Should I get the picture books? This is me and Twarshan, and you're doing like, is it alright if we eat while she explains? Would that be rude? It's just these two, my pizza and my potato are going cold.
Then, unlike the worlds that have been rejoined, mine still...
The Oracle of Light prevented the first from being completely overcome. So the situation may not be completely identical to that of your 13th. But the fact remains that we were able to restore a measure of balance to a world brought to the brink of destruction.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there was more than one person left alive for the Ishtola.
Which gives me cause to hope there may be a way to restore light and life to the 13th. Of course, these are only possibilities. I offer no guarantees.
But you know, I mean, why not? We saved the world. Why not? Let's go and save the shards.
But having experienced what we have, I dare say we are more qualified than most to speak on the matter.
Wait, I don't understand. Why would you say these things? As if you mean to... But the sole reason you came to the Void was...
To find a dragon, aye. And in light of what we've seen, we'd be fools to strive for more.
Yeah, fortunately we're all morons. So, you're in luck.
But we Scions, former Scions, begging your pardon, have a habit of not leaving well enough alone. And old habits die hard, don't they, my friend?
Are we still pretending like the Scions have disbanded?
Restoring the light would serve our efforts to find and free Ashdaya. There is no reason not to try.
Do as you will. I have no desire to save that world.
Be that as it may, we will have need of your power when next we face Void Scent.
And the grill leaves the hot dog on for a nice char. There's a butter zone. I guess you meant buffer zone between nicely charged and overcooked. Although a butter zone would be nice as well. And a good griller can hit it perfectly. Yeah, I'm not a good griller. I just boil hot dogs. You said that the tattoo on your shoulder Graha's neck is magical and stops them from aging, right? I don't know if it's necessarily the tattoo that does it. I'm half remembering. The tattoo means that they're Archons, and I think Archons have age-restricting magic that they use. But I don't know if it's actually Archons or if it's Scions that use them. What happens if she doing about if she takes a blade or arrow to the neck tattoo and the scar resulting from it breaks up the tattoo? Does it break the spell? I don't know. Like I said, the tattoo might just be the Archon mark. It might not actually be related to the spell. Because Thancred still has his Archon tattoo, but the spell that stops him from aging stopped working. So I don't necessarily know that they're related, but I don't know.
You know how it works. If you want my help, you must pay my price.
Alright, we'll save your world.
And now that you've drawn Golbez's attention, it's going to cost you more. A lot more. I will consider this a deposit.
You can have as many apples and lamb and pizza and cheese. Like all of the random shit that we've assembled here. You can have as much of it as you want, I promise. Oh, you meant butter zone? Did that say not make it across the pond? No. No, I've never heard the phrase butter zone before. It means like sweet spot. Huh. Well, there you go. But yeah, buffer zone. I'm more familiar. I'm familiar with, but yeah, not butter zone. I get, but yeah, okay, like a sweet spot. Fair enough. Hi, Varshan. Although our time in the Void was short, we managed to ascertain that my sister yet lives, and it cannot be overstated how fortunate we are to have met Zero. But the greater blessing is nevertheless you, my friend. For your encouragement to embark upon my search anew and your help in overcoming the challenges thus far. Yeah, I'm the best. Look at me. Wait, hang on. Do we know what we need to worry about that? Golbez and his minions will seek to stymie our efforts. Of this we can be sure. But with you all at my side, I have confidence that we will succeed. That we will find and liberate my sister, and that we shall return home together. Here. Have some leftovers. We got some scallop curry, pumpkin ratatouille, peach tart, and some Thavnerian chai. I'll just take the money. Thanks. That's a later problem, surely. I mean, maybe I can get him as a minion. Yeah, it's related to some side quest. Meanwhile... Oh, we're going to see Golbez again. Yeah, there he is. Curse you, gadget! So I don't know why I did that voice. That's not Claw's voice. Claw's voice is, curse you, gadget. I'll get you next time.
First Scarmiglione, and now Barbaricia. Useless, the both of them.
'Twas no lie. They conspire with a Memoriat.
And their search for the dragon will lead them here.
Thank you. That voice kills my throat, though. I can't do it for more than a few lines.
The war looms nigh. We cannot allow these interlopers to interfere.
I imagine it was...
My lord, I have a plan to eliminate them.
I imagine it was the same for the actual voice actor for Claw, which is why Claw never showed up that much.
In order to guarantee its success, however, I will require Cagnazzo's cooperation.
Oh god, I would have never pronounced Cagnazzo, okay. Man, I struggle with the languages already in the game. Why did they have to introduce Italian?
Now there's sport to be had, then I'll play along. As much as I dislike following your lead, I have no patience for scheming.
Well and good to have confidence, but do not forget the cost of failure.
Rest assured, I will see the dream to fruition. Even should I be consumed by my own flames, I will pave the way for one and all.
Oh, Frank Welker, who also voiced Megatron, did it. Oh. Yes, my voice would explode if it was a redeem.
Then I will trust in your oath and your plan.
I remember, I think it was in A Realm Reborn, I can't remember which character it was. I think it was Ifrit or something. I gave them that voice, thinking, oh, they'll probably say like 2 things and then I'll kill them. And then they kept talking, and I was just like, oh, dang it!
We will give you cause to rejoice, my lord. This I vow. Ha-ha! Some excitement for a change.
No sacrifice is too great. Even should my 4 archfiends be lost, I will not halt my steps. The prison of passivity is an obstacle to my cause, and so you must fall. What irony that the blessed damned should set us free. As I swore so long ago.
I do like Golbez's design. It's cool. I mean, it's like simple because it just does
The
look like
gate lies
a variant
open.
of Garland, but
At long last, my ambition shall be fulfilled.
he also kind of reminds me of Nightmare from Soul Calibur. Like I'm fully expecting him to have a big sword with an eye on it. I was gonna go to the end of the patch, but I thought it would take a little longer to get to the end of the patch. It is 1:30 though. Yeah, it'll stop there. That feels like that was the end of patch 6.2, Buried Memory. We did almost the entire patch, because we only did the first quest of it last week, and that's because it had the dungeon on it. And then we did all the rest of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quests. That's not a bad run. And then next week we've got a dungeon and a trial. So I guess we'll see what time that takes us to. Sorry, I'm mumbling to myself. I'm just yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do some bonus Final Fantasy XIV streams to get it out the door, I think. But yeah, good progress. We did a trial. We met. I've got a new favorite character. She's not my favorite. I like Zero, but I got a new character I like. Let's go that. Let's do that. Maybe she'll grow on me, but I'm very worried that she'll just go away after this. She'll like stay in the 13th, like Runar or something, and it's just like, oh, I don't want to get too attached to her. Can we just agree that the 13th is a lost cause and let her stay in the source? It'll be fine. She's cool. Or the whiny blonde German dude trying to kill him. I think that's me. I think I'm the whiny blonde German dude, but I'm just red-headed and British. Progress. Yes, new waifu get. I'm very happy with Zero. She is a welcome addition to the squad. Cool. All right. Well, let's stop there then, and we'll pick this up. We'll pick this back up next Wednesday. Yeah, I don't see me doing a bonus stream in between. We'll do this next Wednesday. But I will be back probably tomorrow. Probably with more spy fiction, or I might play something else and play spy fiction on Friday. I will see what I feel like tomorrow. I have a game in mind, but I might not want to play it. It kind of depends. I don't want to promise anything and then be like, no, I'm just going to spy fiction some more. So, yeah. He'll still be Dandy, still be Jack. Wait, no. Sonic Fighters. I already streamed Sonic Fighters. I got all of the achievements in it as well, in one stream. It was, in fact, I think I got all the achievements in Sonic Fighters in the first hour of the stream. It was probably the quickest game I've ever finished a game. Like, especially a Sonic game. But I think it's just the quickest I've ever gotten all the achievements in a game that I haven't, like... Well, I haven't... I mean, I know there are games where you can, like, get all the achievements for it in the first 10 minutes and stuff. But, yeah. Definitely on stream, it's the fastest I've gotten achievements. Fun game, but, yeah, I have no intention of going back to it. It's very limited. But it is... I'll give you this... It is a fighting game that I do have in mind, which is why I'm tentative about whether I want to play it or not, because I feel like I'm worried it might be one of these things where I'm like, let's play this, and then half an hour in I'm bored. So maybe we'll do maybe we'll do a little bit of it and then pivot if I don't like it. I guess I could do that. That's always an option. So either way, I'll be back for something tomorrow. So if I see you then, I will see you then. Otherwise, I will see you when I see you. Have a good night, everyone. And thanks for watching, as always. Bye-bye.